personality. Now, on the Lakers side, this is why I'm not terribly, terribly worried about the Lakers not winning the series. I know that there's stress now in the series. I still think the Lakers will win the series, and I think that bringing Austin Reaves back last night was a good thing because whether they won or they lost, they had to, A, get him an opportunity to shake off the rust, and B, they have to have the entire team understand now whose role is what and how things change. And that's something that they had to do, whether they were going to win the game or they were going to lose the game. They had to do it so that they could ultimately win the series. I think Austin Reaves will shake off the rust. I think he'll be – it's hard, right? Like, I looked at him last night. You tell me if you saw this also. I looked at Austin Reaves last night and I went, wow, this is a guy who's been gone for 30 days. So rust is one thing, but conditioning is another and fitness is another. Like, he kind of looked like a guy who hadn't been able to do a whole lot other than rehab in terms of like weightlifting and keeping his weight up and keeping his build up. I mean, he looked kind of skinny to me last night. That's just my observation. I don't know if you guys thought the same thing at all, but it's hard to take a month off, come back and be fit and be, on point with your shot. And listen, I would even argue this, George. Hey, Austin, you're coming back. We're kind of working you back in. You're not the player you were a month ago because you've been gone for a month. Maybe you shouldn't take as many shots. Maybe you should be looking to facilitate more, especially when you're not hitting. So, look, I still think the Lakers will win the series. But I think that all of a sudden there's a whole newfound fear and anxiety and stress level to it, and tend to think that they'll wind up winning it in 7. You still feel confident?
Less so. I do think that they will win. Look, this series boils down to a couple of very simple things, okay? In the first 3 games, the Lakers made 46% of their three-pointers, okay? And Houston in that scenario made, I believe, just less than 29%, okay? And in the last 2 games, that's flipped. The Lakers have made 24% of their threes. The Rockets have made 37% of their threes. And that's where we're at. L.A. went 1 of 12 from 3 in the second half last night.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just as simple as that. Are you making shots? And that's why your notion of Kevin Durant, they're going to be hitting threes with Kevin Durant on the floor. Like that it boils down to something as simple as that. And Tari Eason in particular is hitting threes where up until the All-Star break, he was shooting like 40-something%. And then I think Trudell and I were talking about this like a couple weeks ago when the series started. And he brought up the point as soon as I said that, I said, Tari Eason is an issue for them. And he's like, and I said, because he started shooting well. And then he goes, yeah. And then he shot like 25% after the All-Star break. And I'm like, right. And Tari Eason had 18 last night after having 20 in Game 4. His ability to make shots is what swings games for them. So that's it. It's just as simple as that with them. If they make shots, they're going to be hard to beat because they play defense at a really high level.
Yeah, and the reason is, look, this is a very young team, Houston. When you take Fred VanVleet and you put him on the bench, as he has been all season long, and you take a guy like Durant, why do you suppose that they even wanted a guy like Kevin Durant? I mean, obviously, he's a great scorer.
To close out games.
Right. He's a great scorer. He's a closer.
And by the way, they couldn't really close out the game yesterday. I mean, the Lakers imploded is what happened. It wasn't like them. It wasn't like they were sitting out there and snatching the game from them.
No, as a matter of fact, there was a point in the game. There was about 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. And Houston had a lead. It may have been 9 points at the time. Maybe it was 11. And LeBron went to the free throw line. And the cameras went away from LeBron, but while they were on him for, let's say, 2 or 3 or 4 seconds, you could see LeBron yapping. And I think he was talking to Sengun, but he was saying something like, man, you're the only person out here doing that. So he was saying something to him, like he was definitely talking to him. And LeBron hit those free throws, and then LeBron got a ball and had a layup. And, here, we're watching it right now. Oh, wow, I didn't even see that this was posted. You're the only one out here, soft-ass tall guy. So LeBron in that moment, I was like, oh, here comes LeBron. LeBron is about to turn it on, man. Somebody got into him, and he's going back at him, and here comes LeBron. And it was LeBron all of a sudden started to spark a rally. And then Reed Shepherd.
Right, they had that 11-0 run or whatever, 11-1 run.
Yeah, and then Reed Shepherd wound up hitting 2 really huge shots. I mean, the first one was a mid-range jumper. The second one was
But it was based on of a turnover. Right,
exactly. Yeah. And then he stole the ball from LeBron, and he dunked the ball. And Reed Shepherd, who only had 12 points, he scored 4 points in a matter of like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And that was a huge part of the game. But I just want to go back to the Durant thing again. I'm not ready to die on the hill, but I'm just going to tell you this, that when you look at the makeup of the Rockets.
I get it. The chemistry. I don't want to talk about Durant anymore.
Wait a second.
Let's focus on the Lakers.
But it's not the chemistry.
It's just like you are dying on the hill, though. Like you are.
You got to let me finish the point. Here's my point. You have a very young Houston team, okay? And you would know better than me. I had to actually go back and do some research on this last night because I really wanted to back this up. When you take a look at what they've done in the draft, you realize that all 5 starters last night for Houston, all guys who scored in double digits, these are all guys that have been drafted by the Rockets since 2021. And you know what they said after the game last night?
What did they say?
They said, we grew up last night. We grew up together last night. And that's what you're watching. You're watching a very young team that had a veteran player, a championship player like VanVleet, and then you have a championship player like Durant. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to put together young up-and-coming guys that you've drafted with veteran championship caliber guys. But without the championship caliber veteran guys, you're asking young kids who just imploded in Game 3, you're asking those kids to grow up. And at 3-0, okay, hey, wow, we won a game. We're at home. Can they go on the road and do it again? And they showed you that they did last night. This is a very, very young Houston team.
No, I don't disagree with that. But what I'm telling you is we have now told you multiple times, in a scenario like this, they are not better without Kevin Durant. Like, it's just asinine to say. They are not better with him. They can be more comfortable because they're afraid of him, but they are not a better team on the floor hitting shots when Kevin Durant is out there. That is it is a mathematical improbability, is what I'm telling you.
I will live with what you're telling me. By the same token, I will maintain my position. How about that?
Cool. Can we just get back to the Lakers?
Come on back, because let me tell you something. Here's my problem with what the Lakers got going on right now. So you and I.
How about this?
Yeah.
I told you yesterday the guy I was most worried about with Austin Reaves coming back. Who did I tell you?
Luke Kennard?
Correct.
Well, Luke Kennard, I mean, for a guy that we were celebrating in Game 1 and Game 2, to watch what has happened to him here now, and last night was maybe rock bottom, don't you think?
But it's not about being, quote, unquote, it's not like, okay, I'm going to poke fun of your Durant thing again. They're not afraid of Austin Reaves. It's just the usage rate is different. The way that he's being utilized is going to inherently be different with Austin Reaves on the floor.
Right. But as much as you're right about that, he is going to be different how he's being used. And you're right. There is not this fear of Austin Reaves. But Luke Kennard's calling card is that he's like the best three-point shooter in the NBA. Charles Barkley was saying that just a couple nights ago. He's like, man, this guy is the best three-point shooter in the league. And last night, 2 problems. 1, he only took 2 3-point shots. And 2, he made neither of them. In fact, he was 0-4 from the floor last night and scored a grand total of 1 point in 31 minutes. Now, I'm not saying that the Lakers should be depending on Luke Kennard to be the guy that puts them on their back and carries them. But can we agree that 1 point from a guy who is a very good scorer and a guy who we saw put up 20-plus in Games 1 and Games 2, that's just, you can't win like that because role players have to play roles. And his role in 31 minutes is to not score 1 point. It's to score 12 or 14. Or if you have a really big night, you score 23. But he was bad last night. And by the way, Marcus Smart, he hit a couple of threes early, but he also, for a guy that we've all of a sudden become dependent on his scoring, also nothing last night. So that's kind of the issue, don't you think? Like in Games 1 and Games 2, you're like, wow, Luke Kennard and Marcus Smart, these guys are really playing their asses off. And look at the experience and look at the veteran leadership and look how JJ's using them. And now it's like, wow, those were just a couple of good games. And don't take anything away from Marcus Smart in Game 3 either, because, I mean, he made a couple of really massive plays, including the the 3 free throws at the end and drawing the foul. But isn't that now the problem, that if you're dependent on Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard, it looked good in game 1 and game 2, but do you win series like that with these guys?
I'm going to break it up here so Sedano can load the cannon and come after you.
Come kill me now.
It's 7:15. You know what you could have done since the Sedano and Kap morning show started? Well, if you're a Lakers fan, get ready for Monday, because I know I am.
Oh, come on. Really?
Yeah.
You're calling you
You could
it's over.
It doesn't look good. You could have gone to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and coupons near you. Now, remember, I am the man of hope and fear.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a lot of hope, not a lot of fear. Now, a lot of fear, not a lot of hope.
Mm-hmm. How the times have turned. How the tables have turned.
Sedano, take out the cannon.
Come on, Sedano, get me, man. Come on.
Annihilate Cappy
Come
now.
on, just do it. It's like JJ said the other day. It's hard to kill a guy.
Maybe he'll go back to the hotel, and then he'll just do the Sedano show with Bergie and I like the old days.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just get out of here this morning.
Well, we talked about it on Monday, right? We were trying to find what the fear was, and we were talking about it, Sedano, is that the Rockets actually outplayed the Lakers in 3 of the 4 games. And now they just did it. Now they just outplayed them again.
And they believe that they've done that.
Yeah, they say
right.
they're
So
better.
now 4 out of the 5 games, the Rockets have outplayed the Lakers and are now on their way back to Houston, which they'll probably outplay them again because, Alpi Şengün, he gets a lot of extra calls in Houston. That's just the home cooking that happens everywhere. But now you're going back to Houston, and you're in trouble because they have a lot of confidence. They're hitting threes, which they weren't doing before, like you talked about. And they're smothering guys like Luke Kennard.
And the recovery time. This is something we've been talking about the entire time.
Right now, it's only one game in between.
And not only is it only one day, but now you have to get on a plane, you got to travel, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, for all the talk about the schedule, George, that you brought up at the beginning of how it benefited the Lakers and really benefited LeBron in the early part of the series, now all of this, the way the schedule has been condensed, now it favors the Rockets because they're so much younger as a team. These are all young kids.
Come on, Sedano. I need
25.
I need the Cuban bazooka.
Wait, listen. I will say this. I don't think the Lakers are toast here. I mean, Austin Reaves will be fine. I think that they're going, but it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. Because here's the thing: the tougher part for me for Austin is not his shot. I'm not worried about his shot. It's what Evan Cohen and I talked about. You're bringing back a weak defender. And you're bringing back a guy who hasn't played a lot, and he's going to get picked on.
Oh, big time. And, man, they bodied him and threw him like a rag doll around the floor last night. There must have been at least 3 times where somebody just shouldered him and pushed him, and he went flying. They were picking on him. To use your phrase, they picked on Austin Reaves last night. And they said, you know what? Probably not in shape. He's probably maybe a little bit tentative. He looks kind of skinny. They just were throwing him around the court last night.
Yeah.
Now, I get that this is just his first game back, but the thought around Austin Reaves in the playoffs is that he's not a great player in the playoffs, that these are the types of games that he has. Now, hopefully this is an anomaly because he's had some time off, a month off. But last year, he was the same way. He got pushed around. He couldn't hit his shots. He was a detriment to the team in the playoffs.
And this is why I said I don't know if I would give him the full max.
So, and that's what my question is him coming back, and if he's bad again on Friday in Houston, is it start to become a conversation of maybe we don't give him this full max, maybe it's a smaller number, or does he go somewhere else? I mean, it's now becomes a real conversation.
Let's not get there yet. Let's
I know,
let's
it's a little
bit.
Focus, Bergie.
Little
Focus.
ahead.
Go back
Let's
to
not
Durant,
get too
Berkey.
far ahead here.
Go back to Durant, Berg. Go back to Durant.
Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Okay?
Well, because you can't really judge Austin Reaves on last night.
Of course not.
In fact, if anything, you give him credit for having the wherewithal and kind of the heart to rush back as fast as he could. Because remember, just by way of comparison, remember when Mookie Betts went out with the injury just a little bit before Austin Reaves, and everybody's like, he'll be back in just a couple weeks. It's not that big of a deal. Look who got back first. And a basketball player versus a swinging of a bat of a baseball player. I'm just saying, he came rushing back to try and help this team. And it's hard to judge Austin Reaves off last night. You got to give him a little bit of a break. I think, George, that Austin Reaves in the next game will look a lot more like Austin Reaves.
Sure, I think his offense will be fine.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, his offense will look better. And I think that, barring there not being some sort of setback with him Like, I think the offense should be fine, yes.
I just felt like last night, for whatever reason, the Lakers offensively just looked completely disjointed.
Yeah,
as if
terrible. Terrible.
And this was my concern about, look, you had to bring Austin back, and even if you lost last night, you still needed him back because you wouldn't want to bring him back down 3 or up 3-2 and put him on the road. I think it was a smart move to play him last night, get some of that rust shaken off, and get everybody on the team on the same page. But I don't think anybody was on that same page last night. And that's the one concern. It's like they did have a nice chemistry. They did have a nice flow to the way they were playing. They did win 3 straight games in a row in the postseason. By bringing a player like this off the bench or starting him, however the hell it went, and I know he didn't start last night, you're impacting what has been through the first 3 games. And you take that risk. But it's worth the risk. Listen, I'm telling you, I still think the Lakers are going to wind up winning this series. But you had to put Austin Reaves back in, even if they lost the game last night, so that he's better in Game 6. And even if they lose Game 6,
right,
then they get to come home, and he's better now. This is his 3rd game back in Game 7. Listen, fearful? Yes. Confident? Maybe not as much. But I still believe.
7:21 on a Thursday. A fearful Titanic Thursday. So, Sedano, you got to get that Cuban bazooka out today, but there's only so many times we can do that on Kevin.
Bazooka about what?
Exactly. So, who do you want to talk to? Bergie's here. We can book on the fly. You want Trudell? You want Evan Coben? You want Geeter?
I don't think that...
You want us to call the hotline, try to find Windy on a plane somewhere?
We're fine. We have plenty to talk about.
Want us to call Sliwa? Maybe we get Sliwa on?
You want to get Slee on today? You want to put Slee on?
Look, the reality is this, okay? The Lakers are still in a good position. I'm not going to sit here and say that. Now, look, it's not going to be easy, but they're still in a good position. There's a lot of things that I still think are on their side, and I'll tell you on the other side.
Oh, there we go. That's the Cuban bazooka I want.
Kid. There you go.
It is Mother's Day, speaking of bazookas, I think. Sedano, tell us about the Books Company.
Hey, look, Mother's Day's coming up May 10th, and look, you got to be thinking about Mom, right? You know, I didn't realize how much Mom did for me back then, but, the more I thought about it, I'm like, man, she got me up for school, make sure I got to school, right? Help me with my projects, to practice, whatever I needed to do. So Mother's Day matters. You got to get it right. And the easiest way is Books, short for bouquets. Books.com. Go to Books.com, BOUQS.com. Use the promo code ESPN, and we'll hook you up with 25% off. Yeah, man, I got you, so you can send some flowers to Mom. And Books just aren't any flowers. They're cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Send a vibrant, happy bouquet or step it up. Get a monthly subscription to keep the happiness coming month after month. Why just stop at Mother's Day? Keep Mom happy all year round. When she smiles, you know you got it right. And they got over 55,000 5-star reviews. Books is the way to go, man. Look, it took me 2 minutes. Easy peasy, okay? I picked the bouquet, set the delivery date, and done. Boom. Good to go. And with that 25% off with the promo code ESPN, you can grab some for your wife, your aunt, or your grandma, too. Mother's Day is May 10th, so don't wait. Go to Books.com. Use the promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN for 25% off. Books.com, promo code ESPN.
Thank you, Sedano. 7:23 in the morning on a Thursday. LA's only local sports morning show. When we return in 3 minutes, we're going to get you through it. I know you're scared. But we're here for you, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
East Central Hotel, the official downtown home away from home for Cappy and Morales. EastCentralHotel.com.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. As a parent, I want my kids to grow up happy and healthy. But when kids experience hard things like divorce, neglect, or substance abuse in the home, and don't get the support they need, they can develop toxic stress response. And over time, toxic stress can lead to serious health issues like anxiety or high blood pressure. But being there for your child helps protect against toxic stress before it ever starts. Learn how supporting your child's feelings can give them a stronger start at first5california.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Ready for an upgrade? Hey, it's Chris Morales. Spring into savings during Truck Month at George Chevrolet. Right now, you could lease a new 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT for just $299 a month for 36 months with $39.95 due at signing. Power, capability, and the truck you've been waiting for at a payment that makes it easy to level up. Drive yours today at George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway, Lakewood exit in Bellflower, or online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Calculated off MSRP on select models. Lease offer and approved credit through GM Financial. Ends 5/2/2026. For full details, 866-949-4805.
Oh. Hey guys, it's Sedano. Next time you're at my home away from home, LAX, look up. You'll see the future of travel in action. It's the all-electric Skylink train. It's now testing, and trust me, this is a game changer. What does it take to build a champion? It takes round-the-clock preparation. And soon, Skylink will connect you to the airport terminals, the new rental car center, and LA Metro. From practice to prime time, the LAX Skylink. Fast, free, and built for LA. In testing now to help you skip the traffic later.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Good morning, 727. Sometimes I run, Cappy, or sometimes I lose to the Rockets again. On this day in 1999,
the Rockets again.
off her first album, which was a smash. I was in high school, and I listened to a lot of it. Loved Britney. Britney released the single. I think this was her third single off that first Baby Hit Me One More Time album. Sometimes, Cappy.
Sometimes you got a lot of fear that your team that's up 3-0 and then drops 2 is in big, big, big trouble. But sometimes you got a lot of confidence. You got a lot of belief. And you got to believe.
Or sometimes you just got to run, Jack.
Sometimes I run.
Exactly right.
Look, that game yesterday, do you want to talk about a play that we're not talking enough about?
Yeah, tell me.
Yesterday? What was originally called a charge on Tari Eason with about 1:40 to go in the game. Rockets are up 5. And then got reversed. They challenged the call, and Austin Reaves then gets called for the block, which is the right call.
I thought
he
so.
was moving. He was not. He did not beat him to the spot. He was not in position. That changed everything because if that doesn't get challenged, their Lakers are down 5 with the ball and plenty of time in that game.
Yeah, and
but,
did Tari Eason hit 1 of 2 on that?
2 of 2.
Oh, he did hit 2 of 2. Okay.
Yeah. That was a huge call in the game that nobody's talking about today. And you got to give Udoka credit because he challenged him. And by the way, do you know who was talking to Tari Eason, getting him ready to shoot those free throws?
Tell me. Oh, Kevin Durant?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, good. He's great. He's a great bench guy.
Well, I'm just saying. I love – by the way, just one last thing on that because I think your premise is so silly.
Right. Of course. That's why you're shutting it down. Right.
Well, they're 2-2 without him playing. He's only played in 1 game this series.
Yeah, I got it.
So it'd be different if it's like they're 3-0 or something. Like they're 500 without him.
Yeah, just listen. It's just an opinion. I got it, okay? And the opinion is...
Oh, now you're getting feisty.
Yeah.
This is what I want this morning. Let's go.
On, Cappy.
Yeah, let's go. Listen, you're blowing off my opinion.
I blow it off.
Yeah.
Trudell blew it off, and Windhorse blew it off.
You know who didn't
The
blow it off?
Holy Trinity.
You know
the
who-
Holy Trinity, Cappy.
You know who didn't blow it off?
Oh, Charles Barkley or something said something on the air, or Shaq or something said something on the air.
Wait, are you saying that their opinions are
I'm
like
just
my
saying.
opinions?
I'm just
They're-
saying, like
they're not real opinions. They don't know
Perk,
basketball,
right? Like, okay,
Perk, yeah,
cool.
Perk. That's right. That's right. So my opinion is not respected, and I understand it. Brian Windhorst's been covering the NBA 30 years. You've been covering the NBA 25 years. Mike Trudell's been covering the NBA from the inside. I get it, and I say to you guys, you're real insider ball knowers. I'm an outsider non-ball knower, and as an outsider, I have a perspective. Now, you guys don't respect it, and I think that's fine. I'm not insulted by that. I expect that from you guys. And if I am right, which I know you guys think I can't possibly be, then that makes it even worse. I said to you guys yesterday, the fear that I have going into this game is that Kevin Durant is not playing.
Except he hasn't played in every game but one.
I understand.
Think about just think about that logically.
Okay, let's go ahead. You tell me.
But Cap, he's played only in one game.
Right. And they play better in my estimation.
But they've lost twice without him too.
And one of those was a crazy miracle win by the Lakers. And
They
young
completely
team fell apart.
imploded. You think if he played if he's in that game, they probably win.
I don't know.
Oh my God. You think they blow a 6-point lead with 25 seconds to go?
Maybe. I don't know for sure. How do you know for sure?
I mean, clearly we don't know for sure because we can't go back in history.
Yeah.
But we don't have a time machine.
Okay.
But what I'm telling you is what they did was it's almost unprecedented how they collapsed in that game.
Agreed.
So if they have one of the greatest scorers in the history of the game in that game, they probably don't lose that game.
Can we say it like this?
And they're only 2-2 without him.
Can we say it like this? They maybe have a better chance to win the game with him than without him. I'm suggesting to you that a young team of guys that they drafted, and they get to play free, and they get to play loose, and they're the future. The 5 guys that were on the floor last night,
There's
they're
no
the future.
question. That part, you're right. You are not getting a disagreement with me about that.
Okay? So all I'm saying to you is that in my opinion, as a non-NBA insider, as an outsider non-ball knower, I'm willing to accept my title, outsider non-ball knower versus insider ball knower. But from the outside looking in, I think they're better without him. And in fact,
Cappy,
I would even argue, one last thing, I would even argue that Laker fans should desperately want Kevin Durant back.
Well,
and
he's not playing.
I know.
He's not playing.
And in Game 6, that's no good.
Cappy once had the same take about LeBron, remember?
And they were playing really well without LeBron at the time.
Hey, Cappy, I'm going to give you time to gather yourself.
Okay, thank you.
We'll take 1 minute time out and talk about our friend, the great Andrew Pelosi, by the way, who does a lot of Jacob's ad business, was in the suite last night. Now, he never wears socks. Andrew's the owner of Ad Leverage.
Oh, he's a non-sock guy.
But I always give him
high
I
so
always
you
give
can see
him
it?
crap when he comes in here and he's got his little capri pants on.
Okay.
And he doesn't have any socks on. He goes, "No, I got the no-shows." I go, "Those are real no-shows, man. Can't see nothing." So last night I pull up his pant leg, and he had socks on. I was like, "Oh, good job,
nice,
good job."
Wonder where he got those socks.
I don't know, maybe from Jacob. I hold up his picture, the great Jacob Imrani. Let's talk about him from 1 minute, guys.
And in a city like L.A., electric scooters guys are everywhere.
Oh
I'm sure
God,
Cappy, when he's
everywhere.
walking around downtown leaving the E, he's like freaking out because they're like zooming by him all the time.
It's true.
You see them near apartment buildings, outside coffee spots, by the beach, all over the place. But when a scooter accident happens, things can go bad in a hurry, Cappy.
Oh, tell me all about it, man. Sometimes I'm crossing the street, and they're in the bike lane, and I don't see them coming. If you are exposed, traffic is close, and even a low-speed hit from a scooter can leave you badly hurt. And if that happened to you, George, I'm going to suggest everybody call Jacob.
Yeah, 800-345.
6789.
Go ahead, Cappy.
Jacob Imrani helps people after electric scooter accidents and can walk you through what to do next. So whether you were riding it or you were hit by it, you can get a free consultation and a no-obligation case review so you are not left guessing while bills and paperwork are starting to pile up.
Yeah, so there's no fee unless you win. It's very simple. You win, then you pay. You don't win, no fee. Call 800-345.
6789.
That's 800-345.
6789.
Or visit online at calljacob.com. That's calljacob.com. LakeShow.com.
Thank
Nice.
you, Sedano.
Nice.
7:34. Oh, yeah, I bought you a minute, Cappy, from
Yeah.
the Cuban bazooka.
I know.
Get back in the ring
so
now.
Let's
Get back in the ring. Dude, I'm on the ropes, man. I'm on the ropes. I got a bloody eye. I got a big old knot on my forehead.
God.
He's giving me body shots, man.
cares?
You know?
He's 2-2 without the guy. But anyway, with Austin,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I'm less worried about his offense in the next game, and I'm more worried about his defense, just because I feel like there's going to be someone, and I mentioned this briefly earlier, there's someone for them to pick on. Since Houston is not a good offensive team, okay, having someone who is not a great defender out there is really giving them a break on offense in some ways, because then they can attack him and go to the basket and not have to rely on three-point shooting. So it's going to be fascinating. Like, Kennard, to his credit, held up better defensively than Austin normally does, at least in a short sample. And I'm not saying that you should play Kennard over Austin.
Well,
I'm just saying there needs to be a balance of Austin, or there needs to be some sort of, and JJ's great at this, of figuring these things out on the fly. We've seen it already this season multiple times, of kind of imagining the situation. He's going to have to give Austin some help defensively. And also give Kennard a little more responsibility on offense to allow him to kind of be the player he's been. It is a delicate dance. It's hard to do on the fly, but I trust that JJ can do it, because I trust that he's already done it multiple times this season.
You're bringing up something, though, that's really interesting to me, which is, like, here was Luke Kennard in Game 1 and Game 2. I don't remember the exact point totals. Maybe it was 23
He only took
and
4
21.
shots.
Well, that's just it. This has been the complaint all season long since Kennard got to the Lakers. In fact, it was the complaint previous to him showing up at the Lakers.
Correct.
Do you remember when he first showed up?
Yeah.
We looked at his numbers.
And I yelled and screamed. I said, this is going to be the issue.
Well,
like, you're going to want him to shoot more because
correct.
he's just hesitant.
Right. And so the story was, hey,
He defers.
He's leading the NBA in three-point field goal percentage, but he's not taking nearly enough. And so Kennard, who to me, he seems like the kind of guy that when he knows he's cold, he'll stop shooting. Versus if you were Steph Curry and you were 0 for 10, what do you think Steph Curry's going to do? He's going to keep on shooting. If you're Luke Kennard and you start off 0 for 2, rather than get tentative and go, hey, it's not my night, I'll just pass it to this guy. Shoot the freaking ball, man. That's what you are. And so now you have this problem where it's like Kennard won't shoot as much as you want him to. And if I'm being honest about it, last night, it was only Game 1 back, but I thought Austin Reaves took a lot of really careless shots. It wasn't just driving to the basket and trying to, bank a ball off the backboard. It was long-range three-point shots, and he was so off. So, hey, Luke, this is Kennard. Shoot the freaking ball. And hey, Austin, if it's not your night, facilitate, defend, do other things to add value. Because offensively, we can look at the numbers, and if you didn't see the game last night, you're like, wow, this guy scored a bunch of points last night. 22 points. It's his first game back, played 34 minutes. But he really wasn't that good.
But it felt like Luke Kennard was being smothered by Houston, and it was on Sunday's game as well. Like, they had Amen Thompson up on him. Agreed.
But that's why you would think that they're going to be able to with Austin. You would think that wouldn't be the issue. Right. I understand the point from the other night. But with Austin out there, they have to figure out a way. They should be able to figure out a way to make it easier on him, to be honest with you.
They should, but every single time he had the ball, there was a guy fully on him, and he wasn't going to just take a shot because he had the ball in his hand, so he's going to try and get the ball out of his hand.
No, but sometimes I think what I'm telling you is he has to force one. And JJ has said this as well, that sometimes he has to force one because I think the quote JJ said is,
rather than go like 0 for 8 than
right. I'd rather him shoot, for a series 37% and not shoot his usual 45 because he's not taking the perfect shot every time.
Right, but this is why he is just a spot-up shooter on other teams and not an actual playmaker like he's being forced to be on here. He's been doing a great job at it, but he just he's not finding open spaces, and maybe you're right, Sedano, that he needs to take those shots just to see one go up. But the fact is, he's getting rid of the ball when he's covered, and he's covered pretty heavily every time he has the ball.
Yeah, it's like sometimes in football, you just want to loosen up the defense by taking a shot deep down the field. And, hey, you know what? If it's incomplete, no big deal. If it gets intercepted, it's like a long punt, and maybe we get lucky and we get a pass interference penalty. Sometimes, to George's point, and I actually tend to agree with you, George, you got to sometimes just force it just to force the defense to just respect you, because maybe you will drop one. Maybe you will get fouled and you'll go to the free throw line 3 times. But I'll ask you guys this question. Because of the performance in Game 1 and Game 2, have Laker fans, and maybe have the Lakers themselves, become too dependent on Luke Kennard and Marcus Smart's offense?
Well, of course, they need it. I mean, because when you don't have – see, okay, this is the thing. When you don't – well, at first, when they didn't have either Luka or Austin, right, you needed them. Like, the reality was – the reason we thought they were going to get beat in this series was it's like, all right, who can you count on outside of LeBron? You know what I mean? And to LeBron's credit, he drew so much attention that those guys got open looks, right? And they started – and by the way, even at times when they weren't necessarily open, they created, right? The Kennard thing was something that we were like, whoa. Like, yeah, we saw this in the regular season at the end, those last couple of games, but he's translating it to the postseason where, he's got the ball in his hands. He's a secondary ball handler. And Marcus Smart, who has been, a second or third ball handler at times, is also still got some of that to him. So you desperately needed that, right? Like, you've gotten 2 good DeAndre Ayton games in this series, including last night. You wasted one yesterday, okay?
And the one that was good before that, he got kicked out halfway through the third quarter.
Correct, and they lost, right? So, so basically, both good games you've lost. The other one was they were, getting their ass kicked, so it didn't really matter. But you desperately needed those guys to step up, and I think that caught the Rockets, a young team, particularly off guard, right? Like they're like, we'll be fine. Those guys aren't going to make those shots or those plays, and yet they did because they're professionals. They're guys who've been here for a long time in the NBA. So, but the reason we thought the Rockets were better was because those guys were going to have to play roles that were not the norm. And because we even said, even if Luka and them and Austin play, like we certainly like the Lakers in that scenario, but not this debilitated form of the Lakers. And they played beyond our expectations early on in the series, and now they're kind of regressing to the mean. Is what's happening here. And the Rockets have also changed their game plan a little bit. We have breaking news.
Wait a second.
You know what that means, Cappy?
Tell me.
Because you said, do they rely too much on Luka or Lou Kennard and Marcus Smart? Maybe Sedano was right. The breaking news?
Yeah.
Roster construction.
Really? This is breaking news right now? Shams is reporting breaking news.
Guess what? Yeah. You had all this hope. Oh, they're going to sweep. They're going to sweep. And now you feel it.
You listen, you couldn't be more right. Listen, hey, how about this? At 2-0, here's me. Hey, you got to give Rob Pelinka a lot of credit. I mean, look, he went out and got Marcus Smart when he's been hurt for all these years in advance.
You were ready to be a parade float princess.
Exactly.
You were going to go out there in the front.
Right.
You should have been giving LeBron the credit, not Rob Pelinka.
Exactly.
Well, right. And hey, and look at Luke Kennard. Look at this trade that they made. Look at how important this guy has become. Look, yes. I mean, a week ago, or however many days ago it was, when they were up 2-0, this is before they even had that miracle at 3-0. I was starting to, celebrate how amazing things had gone. And now, here we are at 3-2, and I think many of us, George, tell me if you think this, I think many people assume the Lakers will lose Game 6. They will come home, and they will be wiped, exhausted, and have to be in complete, utter desperation mode. Obviously, listen, they've been in desperation mode. They should have been in Game 4. Maybe they took their foot off the gas. They should have been last night, and they just didn't have the energy for some reason last night. And you guys tell me, because I was watching the game on TV. You guys were at the game. Crowd seemed dead for most of the game.
Oh, it was dead for almost right up until the last couple minutes of the game.
I mean, there just was a total lack of energy last
night. No
night.
energy. As a matter of fact, I was stunned throughout the game that it felt like a regular season game watching the game on TV.
Yeah, they're just
felt like it in the arena too.
Yeah,
that place was dead.
Yeah, I mean, listen again on television, watching it and listening to it, you're like, man, there is just no energy in there. Now the team isn't providing the crowd with anything to get hyped about, and the crowd is not
but
exactly.
Sometimes the crowd has to do that too.
Well, yeah. I mean, who's the leader? We need a guy who bangs a drum or something. Like back in the old days, Crazy George, or what was the guy who used to have the big rainbow wig?
What are you talking about?
Is somebody in the crowd got to get the crowd hyped?
All right. Okay.
Well, George just said
that they need somebody with a wig. That's going to fix the problem.
Well, big rainbow
That's
going
to fix roster construction.
John 3:16.
It's going to fix roster construction.
Correct. That's right.
All right, 7:45 on a Titanic Thursday.
7 warnings,
Listen, they still have a 72% chance to win the series.
You know what this also means? I got to be here Sunday now at the game.
Really? Game can't go on without
This is really what you're upset about.
Well, because we got to set up activations. Now I got to say at E for Monday. It's a whole thing. Really? It's a whole mishmash.
Are you and Samboni going to do promotions like you did a couple weeks ago?
Stephanie and I and Samboni are going to, I think. And
nice
God,
crew.
that kid can talk, man. He came in the swell, man. All right. When we return in about 3 minutes, we will cleanse the palate a little bit. But it's not like the Dodgers are giving us a lot.
Oh, my God. The Dodgers lost 2 or 3 to the Marlins. What the hell, Greg?
I didn't even know the Marlins were still a team.
No, I know. Are they Florida? Are they Miami? I don't know where they are.
We'll do that. We'll pull out Bergey's Oregon and try to make us all feel better in about 3 minutes. But first, today is the final day of April. And you know what that means? What? Your last day to stop being a city water scumbag.
Esquivoso.
Or a sleazeball. Don't be a city water sleazeball. No, Jack. You know what to do. Call 800-WATER-99. Visit LifeSourceWater.com. Ireland and I have been talking about our friends at LifeSource Water Systems. Here in L.A., you know what's going on? Well, other than the Lakers falling apart, we got chlorine. We got chemicals in our water. It feels itchy. It feels gross. Change your life. Get a LifeSource Water System for your house. Do it now. Today is the final day of April, and that means the last time you can get that ESPN LA special. You got to call 800-WATER-99. LifeSourceWater.com. Say, hey, Jack or Jane, I want that ESPN LA special. And bam! You're going to get $500 off plus free installation for new customers, but you have to ask for it by name. The ESPN LA special, 800-WATER-99. LifeSourceWater.com. 800-WATER-99. LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water, it's not just better, it's essential. Offer ends today, April 30th. Warranty limitations apply. Do not be a city water sleazeball no more.
Esquivoso.
Exactly right. We get Bergey's Oregon and try to feel better about things. And then we'll get back to Lakers at 8 o'clock. It is LA's only local sports morning show, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Jack.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, where change is in the air. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
So I'm in Mike Capozio's office here at Rotolo Chevrolet. And Mike, every time I hear an ad, everybody is number one. How is there more than one number one?
Number one here, number one there. And fortunately for me, Chevrolet tells us who's number one.
So we're talking huge inventory, Chevy cars and trucks, SUVs, everything you could want. That's how you stay number one. And
you got to have the inventory to give to the people, but you need the people in the building to take care of the people that are coming into our building. No one does better with a customer than we do.
That's how you stay on top for more than a decade. Go online at RotoloChevy.com.
Think premium meat has to come with a premium price? Not at Wild Fork Foods. Get Brazilian beef tenderloin for only $10 a pound. Yes, $10 a pound. And Atlantic salmon portions for just $9.98 a pound. That's steakhouse and seafood house quality at home. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. Shop one of their 11 locations or order online for same-day delivery. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods. Quality meat, wild prices.
Yeah, we're just a couple of guys messing around. That's what we are.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Next time you're at my home away from home, LAX, look up.
you'll see the future of travel in action. It's the all-electric Skylink train. It's now testing, and trust me, this is a game changer. What does it take to build a champion? It takes round-the-clock preparation. And soon, Skylink will connect you to the airport terminals, the new rental car center, and LA Metro. From practice to prime time, the LAX Skylink. Fast, free, and built for LA. In testing now to help you skip the traffic later.
There he is, Mr. Big-Time Capital One Bank guy.
Mom, please.
Well, look at this Capital One Cafe. I just might move in.
Or just drop by. Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week.
I could put my spoon collection right here by the ATM, yes.
Wow, you weren't kidding, Mom.
I never kid about the spoon collection, son. Oh, hey, what's that thing you always say?
There's no fees or minimums on Capital One checking accounts.
No, the other one.
What's in your wallet?
Oh, that's my boy.
Terms apply. Visit CapitalOne.com/bankguy for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. Ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
I just wanted to inject all that passion and energy. Yeah.
George Sedano.
Are you ready to say this thing is a complete disaster?
Scott Kaplan.
Yeah.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
7:51. Good morning.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Wonder Mike from the Sugar Hill Gang.
Oh, my.
Turned 69 years old today.
Nice. Yeah. Cause I'm guaranteed to make you stop. I said 2, 3, 4. This is deep into the rapper's delight for me. This is deep. Hop, a hip it to the hip it, a hip. Come on, George. I know you know this song. Word for word. Jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie the beat. Ski bop, but what do you do? Guess what? America, we love you, and we can rock and roll to this so much fun. We can rock till you're 101 years old. Yeah,
all right,
I don't mean to
good.
boast,
There we
but
go.
I like hot butter on my breakfast toast to rock it out. Baby bubba.
Top athletes, big moments, one night. The OC Sports Awards, June 18th at Angel Stadium. Celebrate greatness and be part of one of Orange County's premier sports nights. Hosted by Travis Rogers.
Oh, yeah, keep it going,
Get
man.
your tickets now at the OCSportsAwards.org. That's the OCSportsAwards.org.
Oh, dude, it's 1983 again, and I'm at the roller skating rink, and I got on a tight pair of Sergio Valente jeans, bro. Oh, yeah. Or Jordashes.
I remember Jordash, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll read one more thing here before we get to Bergie's Oregon.
In my back pocket.
It's a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Listen to Sedano and Kap. Oh, that's us. For your chance to win Dome Reserve tickets to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone at Cosm. What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We're giving away tickets.
Yeah.
The Magic of Hogwarts. I think I had one of those in 2008.
Really? They didn't take care of that while you were in the hospital?
The Magic of Hogwarts is coming to life. Relive the film in shared reality with butterbeer, chocolate frogs, and more. Visit Cosm.com to get your tickets today. Without Jorge and Lindsay here, I don't have anything. I don't have actual hard paper to tear up and throw away, but I would after that. Hogwarts, huh?
Turn this up for 1 second. Let me see where they are in the song.
All right, nobody's
the organ, man.
Yeah, nobody's
I forgot.
tuning in for that.
No, I forgot.
You didn't have any lyrics.
I couldn't get to them. No, they're too deep into the song.
All right.
Let's play the organ and then get back to the Lakers because you're going to want to hear from LeBron after the game.
Yes.
He was asked, the Jabari Smith thing about them being the better team, and LeBron gave him. He kind of sunned the reporter a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of become his standard answer all of a sudden.
You get your first taste of Dodgers baseball with the Blue Review weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. with Marcus Grant and the one and only Gregory Arthur Bergman on our YouTube channel at ESPN Los Angeles. And then each weekday at this time, Bergie whips out the organ.
Come on, Bergie.
Trying to make us feel better, man.
Bergie, I don't know, man. I love Glass now, but
So do I.
For all the strikeouts, my man gives up some home runs and walks too.
So that's always been the problem with him. He's still an amazing pitcher, right? Like, he's still going to be an ace. We can see what he did in the start before when he went 8 innings and he had, 10 strikeouts. He's that guy. But throughout the season, this is where he struggles. He gives up home runs and he gives up walks. He had 5 last night, or yesterday, I guess. 5 walks, and he gave up 2 home runs, one of them to Estuary Ruiz, who got his World Series ring on Monday because he was on the Dodgers last year.
Don't even remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember him doing anything for the Dodgers.
Exactly. And if you want to remember, you made fun of his name because it's estuary, which is, a river, like it's a body of water.
It is an estuary. Oh, yes, an estuary. Yes, it is. Yeah.
So, but the fact is, he's not a home run hitter. He's had 9 career home runs, I believe, and he gave one up to Estuary Ruiz. A little bit frustrating.
I can imagine so. Talking about frustrating, I'm wondering what's going on with Freddie Freeman nowadays.
So Freddie is absolutely on the struggle bus right now. He has
It's a good way to describe it.
Yeah. He has not hit a home run since April 6th. He has not had an extra base hit since April 17th. His batting average has dropped, I believe, 40 points over that time. And every single time you see him, I think he did it 4 times yesterday, ground ball to first base. He's pulling everything on the ground and just rolling over to first base. And that's what caused that crazy ending. Did you see that, Sedano, when he hit a ball to first base? Shohei Ohtani was kind of like trying to get out of the way to try and takes up some time so the runner at third could score. But instead, tag out Ohtani. He goes out of the baseline and they step on first. Game over because he's constantly grounding out to first base. He is struggling. He's going to be fine because he's Freddie Freeman. But right now, everything on the ground, first base.
Guys have any theory on why this is?
It's his mechanical in his swing. It's just something that he goes through sometimes. I don't think it's not something that I think is going to be an issue in the future.
Take it from me.
Go ahead.
From a guy who has 4 kids. When you got that 4th kid, brother, oh man, you are in a complete zone defense. Now he's rich, and he probably could have some help, nannies, whatever. But I'm telling you, man, the sleep patterns at night could be changing, stress level, taking care of your family. I mean, just your mind. I'm not joking here.
No.
Your mind
I think
might
you're
be
actually
somewhere.
onto something.
Yeah.
It's true. There's a new baby in the house, absolutely.
Doesn't have as much time to whiten the teeth.
He does have nice white teeth.
Very nice teeth. George, what do you think about my
I
theory?
will say this. I mean, Berg, you talked about it the other day, and there's a real concern here with the offense. Okay? They lost 3 one-run games to the Marlins. Okay? They've scored 8 total runs in the series.
0 home runs.
What's that?
0 home runs.
And just 3 runs over the final 18 innings. Okay? So, this offense, whether it's Freddie Freeman struggling, Kyle Tucker, Kyle Phillips, Kyle Tucker, not necessarily living up to the billing right now. This was a team that we expected the offense to be, what we saw opening night, basically. And it has not been anywhere near that on a regular basis outside of a few games here or there in our series in Colorado.
So to make you feel a little bit better, though, in the last 3 years, so starting in 2024 when they won the World Series for the first time, in April, they went 15-11. Last year, won the World Series. In April, they went 15-10. This year, in April, they're 16-10. So it's pretty much typical of what they normally do in this situation, but it's also, because we talk about it every day, it is frustrating to see over and over again. They're now since the Colorado series, they are 6-8. They're below 500 right now. And they're losing games that are, you have the Yamamoto, Shohei, Glasnow games. They've lost both of those series in the last 2 weeks.
How about that? Wow,
Which
that's
is
wild.
crazy.
Yeah. Remember I told you at the beginning of the year, this is going to be a very frustrating season. You guys are like, why is that? I'm like, because everybody assumes that the Dodgers are going to win the division, and everybody assumes that the Dodgers are going to be playing for a three-peat. And when they're not playing World Series caliber, crush everybody kind of baseball, there will be frustration only because it's like, come on, we know these games aren't as meaningful. Let's get to where we really want to go. Now, last thing, Bergie.
Right, but we countered that by saying they're going to struggle at times, and people are going to start to freak out a little bit, and that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, a little early. But let me ask you this question though: when it comes to challenging plays,
they're so bad.
And George talked about it earlier, what Houston did in that challenge on the
and I mentioned yesterday what Dave didn't challenge, right? Yeah, the other night.
There seems to be something strange kind of going on with the challenge situation.
I don't think they understand. It's not so much about whether they actually are in 10th place in all of Major League Baseball and getting them right, but at the same time, their situational challenges are so weird. Yeah. So yesterday in the first inning, Andy Pages is the very first pitch. So it's 0-0 first inning. He challenges.
Yeah, don't do that.
Why are you? And he got it wrong, so you lost the challenge in the first inning on a pitch that's 0-0. Why are you even? That's not a time to challenge. And then later in the game, Dalton Rushing with the ball that was clearly a strike challenges a play. It's like the fifth inning. He challenges that play, and he's wrong. It's all in the wrong times. Everything yesterday. So from Tuesday when they had the bases loaded in the first inning and they didn't challenge the play at second base.
Right.
That's the right time to challenge.
Mm-hmm.
These things are not the right time to challenge. They're situational challenges, very, very strange, and they'll figure it out eventually because they're smart, but it's bad right now.
All right, coming up next, let's hear from LeBron, and he's starting to get annoyed, which I don't blame him, and why the shots are not necessarily falling all of a sudden for the Lakers. We'll do that in the second hour.
Coming up at 8 o'clock at KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to be off. And you know where I'm going, Sedano? I'm going to Burke Williams. I'm saying, put on that robe. I need to relax. I need to not think about Cappy for a few hours.
Yeah, and look, Mother's Day's coming up, and trust me, don't wait until the last minute on this one. Recently, my wife and I went to Burke Williams to the day spa, and, you can go to one of their many locations here in Southern California, and honestly, it's exactly what we needed, right? She loved it. I loved it. It was one of those moments of like, why don't we do this more often? We went there. We had the spa treatment. We got the massages. We're participants in the spa. I went to the sauna, the dry sauna, the wet sauna. I got a cold plunge. And then we had lunch there on the terrace. It was beautiful, okay? We had the full experience. And that's why I'm telling you about this now, because Burke Williams has special offers on Mother's Day spa packages. We're talking about massages, facials, like we had. Whether it's something simple and relaxing or going all in with a full reset experience like we did, you can choose from those curated packages or even just grab a gift card. So that way she can pick exactly what she wants at one of the 9 Southern California locations. Because let's be real, moms do everything, and this is your chance to give something back and really take care of her. And it's just not the treatment. It's the whole experience there. I'm telling you, you're going to feel like you're in heaven, man. The spa, the amenities, the atmosphere, it really feels like you're taking care of her the right way. So don't overthink this one. She relaxes, you win. Visit Burke Williams' website. Go to BurkeWilliams.com to take care of mom. That's BurkeWilliams.com to take care of mom. Burke Williams, ESPN LA's official recovery partner.
Thank you, Sedano, and I'll be there tomorrow when we return in 3.5 minutes from right now. We're going to get back to Lakers. It's a Titanic Lakers disaster Thursday on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Visit CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Looking for paint that actually lasts? Vista Paint delivers expert quality, rich color, and pro-trusted durability, backed by over 60 years of experience. From your home to your next big project, we've got you covered. Vista Paint, since 1956.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. As a parent, I want my kids to grow up happy and healthy. But when kids experience hard things like divorce, neglect, or substance abuse in the home, and don't get the support they need, they can develop toxic stress response. And over time, toxic stress can lead to serious health issues like anxiety or high blood pressure. But being there for your child helps protect against toxic stress before it ever starts. Learn how supporting your child's feelings can give them a stronger start at first5california.com.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time. Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Head to Waba Grill for $5 happy hour, weekdays after 3 p.m. and try our new chili crisp dumplings, paired with a premium or beverage drink, like our delicious Thai tea, both for only $5. Only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
If it's too wet, what happens?
In the playoffs, performance isn't just expected, it's engineered. At Lexus Santa Monica, we play at that same championship level. Whether it's the precision of the RX or the pure power of the LC, every vehicle is a masterpiece of performance. Visit our historic showroom, a Santa Monica landmark, and experience a lineup that's as legendary as the game itself. See Matt Unger and the team to elevate your drive. Lexus Santa Monica. In Santa Monica, on Santa Monica. Experience amazing.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Next time you're at my home away from home, LAX, look up. You'll see the future of travel in action. It's the all-electric Skylink train. It's now testing, and trust me, this is a game changer. What does it take to build a champion? It takes round-the-clock preparation. And soon, Skylink will connect you to the airport terminals, the new rental car center, and LA Metro. From practice to prime time, the LAX Skylink. Fast, free, and built for LA. In testing now to help you skip the traffic later.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app, share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Bundling your home and auto with Progressive could help you save without sacrificing quality. It's the smart thing to do. And as a hockey fan, you always know the smart thing to do.
Shoot the puck!
And you let the players know it.
Shoot the puck!
All game.
Shoot it! Come on, shoot!
And sometimes even after.
Man, rough game, huh?
Yeah, they should have shot the puck. So bundle your home and auto with Progressive. It's the smart thing to do. But you already knew that. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
1, 2, 3. Good morning. 8:05 on a disaster Thursday, Jack. We know Sedano loves the oldies.
Disaster Thursday.
On this day in 1966, the number one hit, the Young Rascals. Good love. Good lovin'. Well, they didn't have good lovin' last night at Crypto.com Arena. We get back to Lakers basketball here at 8:06 on LA's only local sports morning show. Do you want me to hand it off to the Cuban bazooka or you, Cappy?
No, give it to the bazooka because he brought up a good thing that we should do here, which is let's take a listen to what LeBron had to say. That's what you had said, George.
Yeah.
I think it's important to listen.
And then we can talk about just some of the schematic things that are happening and then observations that I've made. I've jotted some stuff down here. And then just like fixes potentially, right? So Jabari Smith a couple days ago said, hey, we're down 3-1. We're still the better team. And, you know, they believe that. Like, there's no question they believe that. And there's a reason they believe that because they've shrunk their rotation down, right? No more Jayshawn Tate. No more old Clint Capella. Jayshawn Tate, remember, had maybe one of the dumbest plays in the history of playoff basketball in that game that the Lakers ended up coming back and winning in improbable fashion.
You're talking about the foul on Smart at the end.
Correct.
Round. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Correct. Mm-hmm. So, those guys are not playing right now. They're basically shrunk their rotation down to 7 or 8 guys. You know what I'm saying? So, not 6, 7, 7, 8.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue is now, are they the better team? Because they're starting to believe they are.
Mm-hmm.
And LeBron was asked about that and kind of just pushed away the conversation. Go ahead.
So it was Dave that asked him that, just so you guys know. And Dave's going to join us at 9:30. So here you go.
Well, I don't care about shit like that, bro. The game is one between the 4 lines. I don't give a damn who cares. Of course you say, why would you say, no, we're not the better team? But I don't. Ask one of them young guys that question. I'm too old for that.
That's become the standard answer now, and I'm going to start using it myself.
Too old for that.
I'm just too old for this, man. Just don't even bother me with this nonsense. And then I don't want you to bother me with the nonsense. Then I'm going to give you an answer, and then I'm going to come back and tell you again, I don't want to be bothered with this nonsense. I'm too old for this stuff, man. LeBron ain't too old to play, and LeBron can still play at the highest of levels, but maybe he is a little too old for all this this drama nonsense. I don't know. What do you make of these comments, George?
I don't think much of it. I just think he's annoyed. They lost. I think, if I had to guess, I think he senses they could be in some trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? He's too smart to not realize that they have limited bullets here, right? Now, they got 2 games to figure this out, but they don't have a full complement of players, and they've got to hope Austin can shake off that rust. Now, again, Austin shaking off the rust will help, but I think they have to get Kennard back involved. Like, that to me is JJ's number one thing on offense is to make sure they get Austin to shake off the rust, but 1B is going to be get Kennard back involved in a way that's significant. And they're going to have to scheme it up a little bit. Now, that may mean LeBron is going to have to figure things out differently too, right? LeBron, I thought, played magnificent yesterday, okay? He played great. He had 7 assists. 3 of them, though, were on the first 10 points, okay? Which means he's having to lift a heavier burden than what should be expected of him at this stage because, again, he is too old for this bleep, right?
Too old for that.
Yeah. So, and I already mentioned the differences in shooting, right? The first couple of games, the Rockets shot poorly. The Lakers shot out their wazoo, which they're not a great three-point shooting team, but they outshot their coverage, basically. Marcus Smart hit 5 of 7 threes in a game, right? Like, that's not normal. That is not. As a matter of fact, Marcus Smart yesterday did not even finish the game because he was turning the ball over so much. I believe he had 6 turnovers in the game, and it was the right move. He could not, with them shutting down the water on Luke Kennard, they needed a secondary ball handler out there, and they just trusted, they were trusting that it wasn't going to be Marcus Smart in that scenario because he had just had too many turnovers. So that's one thing, right?
Yeah, you talk about LeBron's frustration. Listen, I know every ball player and every coach will always tell you, hey, one game at a time. We got to get this one out of our minds. We got to forget about it. We got to go on to the next one. We still got to try and knock these guys out. I do wonder in some ways, as you point out, that maybe LeBron kind of knows we could find ourselves in some trouble here. By the way, if we are able to win this series, which looked like a foregone conclusion at 3-0, what is waiting for us beyond this is a complete destruction because you're having a hard time right here.
Well,
right now.
I don't think he's thinking about that yet. I think he's worried about this series and not blowing a 3-0 lead, okay?
I would tend to agree. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there like, oh, man,
Yeah.
like I'm thinking to myself, we had this thing won. Now all of a sudden it's 3-2, and now we got to go back to Houston on a short rest, and then we might have to come back to L.A. and win. And even if we do on Sunday and we win in 7 games, man, look what we get to go to.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't think that has any bearing on this right now. But I do think he senses like, we're a little bit on the ropes here. We're about to see what everybody's made of on this roster, okay? Because we know he's going to show up.
Oh yeah.
But again, Austin is rusty. Austin hasn't necessarily always had the greatest playoff performances, even when he hasn't been rusty.
Fair point.
Kennard can get a little gun shy. Now, in this case, they're doing a much better job of dealing with him, to Greg's point earlier. But here's some things from the Lakers' perspective that, again, beyond just the threes, that stood out to me. And I just looked this up during the break, okay?
Let me hear.
The Lakers shot 60% in the non-restricted area on twos in Game 1, okay? And then they hit more half their threes. So basically they hit 60% of their mid-range shots, which is the worst shot in basketball because it's the hardest shot to hit, okay? That's not normal, okay? That is not normal, certainly not normal for a good Rockets defensive team. Maybe the Rockets relaxed. They just thought, hey, we're the better team, and then the Lakers took it to them.
All right, so high percentage of mid-range in Game 1. Keep rolling.
Right. Then the Lakers shot 14 of 17 at the rim, okay, with nearly 50% on threes in Game 2. And you're like, whoa, they are just pounding them inside. They're like, so not only are they hitting their mid-range shots, but now they're pounding them inside too. Like, this is great for the Lakers, but again, has not been sustainable, okay? And
those are both wins. Those are big wins for the Lakers. They're both home wins. And what you're telling us right now is statistically, whether it's, down by the basket, mid-range, and three-point shooting, these were maybe uncharacteristically high percentages for the Lakers.
Well, not so much for the Lakers, but against the Rockets.
Okay. All right.
Is
so
what
against a good defensive team.
Right.
Okay, keep rolling. I'm curious to hear what's going to happen here.
Game 3, we know what happens, right? We get it, right? So then there are a couple of things that happen in kind of that Game 2, 3, and 4 range, okay? So Game 2, Ime Udoka makes a huge mistake, in my opinion, okay? He, in the game Durant plays, he only plays Reed Shepherd 11 minutes. And everyone who knows anything about basketball was screaming, Like, why would you only do that? Why would you only play the kid 11 minutes when he's the only pure shooter you have on your roster, okay? And because it forced Durant into those 9 turnovers because there was no secondary ball handler and there was no safety valve for him to be like, because when Shepherd was on the floor, it was okay. Granted, it was an incredibly small sample size of 11 minutes, all right? But without his shooting on the floor, the Lakers were just doubling Durant the whole time. And we saw something similar to that in the regular season.
The back-to-back games in Houston, right.
Correct. So then, in Game 3, the numbers started to even out a little bit, and you know, obviously they imploded with 30 seconds to go, right? Here's what happened in Game 4, though, okay? And we started to see this in Game 3 a little bit. Udoka shrunk the rotation. He got Shepherd back in, but basically the lineup was the lineup he leaned heavily on was Shepherd, Jabari, Amen Thompson, Şengün, and Tari Eason, okay? Now, that unit, Cappy, okay, of those 5 guys, played only 9 minutes together in Games 1 and 2, and they won those 9 minutes, by 7 points. That's pretty damn good, is what I would say, and it's such a small sample. Now, that group since has played 44 minutes in Game 3 and 4, and they have won those minutes by 23 points.
Wow. Listen, just pause for one quick second. Time out. You're throwing a lot of numbers at us.
I know.
Okay.
That's why I'm glad you paused, because I was going to pause anyway.
Yeah, I need to
pause
digest
for the
this.
cause.
Right. I got to just digest this.
Well,
and make
while
sure.
you pause, let me read this.
All
The
right,
8 o'clock hour on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show, made possible by Angelica's Insurance. Every team needs a strong defense, and Angelica's Insurance has got you covered. From auto and home to business and life, they build a plan just for you, even DUI and SR22 coverage to get you back on the road fast. Visit angelicas-ins.com for a free quote today. Angelicas-ins.com for a free quote today.
All right, good. This has given me a couple of seconds here to kind of digest what you just said. Let me make sure I give it back to you. For anybody that was just listening, driving around, and they're trying to have a sip of coffee in their car, and they're going, wow, Sedano's throwing a lot of numbers at me. Here's what I heard.
Ball knowers.
Make sure we're on the same page. In a small sample size in Games 1 and 2, the Rockets starting 5, which is all these young kids that we talked about in hour number 1, the Rockets starting 5, they were up on the Lakers by 9 points. Did I get that right?
Correct.
Okay. But in games...
No. In 9 minutes, they won by 7
Okay,
points.
thank you. So
It's the other way around.
in 9 minutes, they were up by 7 points. The starting 5 of
right, and then
the
that
Rockets,
same group, right, he decided to start them.
and play
right?
and then now they're going to play much more time together.
Correct.
44 minutes, I think you said.
They've played 44 minutes in the last 2 games.
And
in games 3 and 4.
Okay, and they
Right.
were up by a total of, you said, 27 points? Did I get that number right?
23.
23. Okay, I was not too far off.
No, in games 3 and 4, that same group played 44 minutes together, and they won by 23. So by game 5, they're playing that lineup heavily because they now have a real sample of, hey, that lineup works. And what that lineup does is it makes things difficult, to Greg's point earlier, on Kennard, okay? Because they not only defensively are they making Kennard's life, offensively, they're making Kennard's life tough, but defensively, they are picking on Kennard. They started picking on Kennard in game 4 in a big, big way, and they have continued to do that. So when they see Kennard on the floor, they're like, yo, let's go. As Shaq would say, barbecue chicken, okay? And they're like, call that brother up, okay? And so they're doing that now. And Kennard had done a decent job of handling that through a few games, but now he's being exposed even more, which means he's getting the business when he's on offense because they're paying way more attention to him. The Amen Thompsons of the world or Tari Easons of the world are just sticking him. They're face guarding him, okay? And face guarding, Cappy, I'll explain this to you because I can also explain it to the audience, and I'm sure there's people that know what it is. Basically, face guard is I'm not even paying attention to what's going on. I'm sort of kind of occasionally looking around, but I'm just like right in your face, okay? I'm looking right at you. Wherever you move, I'm moving, okay? my focus is not so much where the ball is and what's happening around me. I am locked in on your every single movement, every breath you take, every move you make. I'll be watching you.
Oh, my God, that sounds like that would make such a great song.
Yes.
That would be a great song. You know who would be great at that song? Would be like Sting and the Police. That would be an awesome song.
Great.
Wouldn't that be great? Those are good lyrics right there.
So they're face guarding him, and that's part of the problem. So there's that, right? And then on the flip side, or as you would say,
the flippy floppy.
Right.
Yep.
The Rockets got their act together, shooting all of a sudden, right? Yeah. They went from, shooting poorly. As I mentioned, Tari Eason the last 2 games all of a sudden looks like the Tari Eason from before the All-Star break, okay? Meanwhile, the Lakers have shot 12 of 49 from 3 in games 4 and 5. But more concerning, in my opinion, 63% at the rim. Do you know what they shot at the rim during the regular season this year?
Tell me.
They were the league leaders at nearly 75%. Okay? So the Rockets are packing the paint, right? Helping Şengün a little bit, right? Packing the paint. They're getting out to the shooters, but still getting back in the paint. This group of Jabari Smith, Amen Thompson, Tari Eason, the one thing they have in common, athletic and long, okay? So they can cover a lot of ground. And Udoka has basically said to them, guys, the only way we can win, okay, especially without Durant, is if we're going to play defense in a way that allows us to generate turnovers, okay? And that means you 3 guys in particular are going to have to play the best defense you've played in your entire careers. You're going to have to make sure Kennard doesn't get off, and we're going to have to make sure that we guard the paint, because we can't let them play their style, which is if the Lakers get in the paint and they start converting in the paint, that means they're going to go to the free throw line. They're going to slow the game down. The game goes to their pace. What the Rockets want to do, because they don't play great offense, is generate turnovers, make the defense scramble for the Lakers, and then all of a sudden it's either drive to the basket with force and get to the free throw line, or touch the paint, spray it out to a Reed Shepherd, a Jabari Smith, a Tari Eason, who are now hot, right, from 3 and have gained confidence. And that's part of the problem the Lakers are having right now. They've regressed to the mean from a shooting perspective from 3, but their bigger issue is they're not finishing at the rim at their normal rate, which is creating big-time problems. And what they're doing it with LeBron, particularly, and they did yesterday, was they're like, we're going to let LeBron get his. Okay? If LeBron wants to get some points, cool. We're not letting any of these other dudes get off and do their thing. And that to me, in a nutshell, is what's transpired over 5 games.
How does it feel, Cappy? How does it feel to witness an absolute masterclass by
good.
George Sedano?
I give credit where credit is due. That was a couple of things happened there. One, there was instant on-the-fly research. So check that box. 2, there was all of a sudden a song written in the middle of that entire in that entire monologue. There was a beautiful song that was written, that I think, yes, I can almost hear the lyrics. I'll be watching you.
It was orgasmic content from George Sedano.
It was really, really amazing.
Quack, quack for the kids. Sorry.
Quack, quack. And then on top of all of it, then you had like real applicable statistical information. So there was a lot of time, but there were a lot of wonderful things that happened in all of them.
And here's what I would add. Okay.
There's more?
Yeah, there's more.
Oh.
I mean, there's more if you want it.
Nice.
Now, we talked about this the other day. The Rockets have taken way more shots than them because they're a better offensive rebounding team than them. And so the math starts to become really challenging for the Lakers, okay? Now that the Rockets have settled in on this group, right, that they know works at the moment, okay, that's why they've got to free Kennard. Because if JJ can come up with a creative solution to free Kennard, and look, part of that is going to be on Austin, okay? Part of that is Austin needs to go from incredibly rusty to just a viable solution, okay? I'm not saying he has to be Austin Reaves from before the injury, okay? I'm not saying he has to be Austin Reaves from the first 2 months of the season, okay? He's just got to be a viable solution. So that way they can loosen things up on Kennard, because they're not going to be able to count on Marcus Smart in a regular way. They're not going to be able to offensively, clearly, because that's who he is. He's hit or miss, right? That's who he's always been. They'll be able to count on him defensively, but that's just who he is offensively. They're not going to be able to count on DeAndre Ayton in a regular way, okay? I mean, we've seen that already.
By the way,
the
two
series.
best games he's played, they've lost.
Correct.
I mean, the 2 games that he played that he didn't really do all that much, where Marcus Smart and Kennard both had big games, they won. I mean, the formula would be Kennard and Smart if those guys were consistent, because every time they wind up giving the ball to DeAndre Ayton and he scores a bunch of points and has a bunch of rebounds, they wind up losing. That has happened in the last 2 games.
Yeah. You know, and that's it. So, like, if you're the Lakers, your solution is you need Austin to just kind of be a viable solution. You need to just not get completely destroyed on the boards.
Every move you make.
Does it feel good when you get down
Yeah.
on your knees and you pray to the gospel of one George Sedano? When
And
you
then
know
ultimately,
a ball knower extreme is blessing you to start your day.
I mean, this all started with, like, face guarding. You know? I mean, it turned into a beautiful song.
When Dave McMenamin joins us at 9:30 in our YouTube hour, he's going to face guard on you, Cappy.
Oh, listen, he has face guarded on me.
And
he has. I know what that's all about. Believe me, it's not a pleasant experience. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, so look, man, they're either going to need LeBron to turn the clock back one more time.
Yeah.
Reaves to just, again, be viable, and they got to loosen up Kennard. Because here's the thing. The Rockets are younger, and to your point earlier, Cappy, the games are now condensed again. They're deeper. They're more talented. And
they're,
you know,
they're growing up together. In fact, I want to hit on that
and they're
point.
just more talented than them right now.
Right.
So while the Lakers have a 72% chance to win, and I still think they're going to win this series, it is going to be a bumpy ride, so put your seatbelt on.
Yeah, and by the way, 72% for the Lakers to win. Remember, Houston was a 97% winning probability with 30 seconds to go and a 6-point lead, and the Lakers still found a way to win. So even though the numbers are in the favor of the Lakers at 72%, those numbers don't always bear out. And I'm going to tell you one thing, and we'll talk about it coming up. We're watching a young team, whether we like it or we don't, because it's happening against the Lakers. We're watching a young team grow up, and I want to jump in on that.
All right, that was the tease?
That is the tease.
I like it. We'll do that in 2.5 minutes from right now. 8:27 of the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Reaction Thursday, Thursday, and a Thursday. But first, let me tell you about people that never. That's Bellflower's Party Pal, the great John Good at George Chevrolet, Kevin Reaves at George Chevrolet. 91 Freeway, Lakewood exit. It's truck month. Today's the end of April. You got to get rid of some money already in 2026? Get yourself a brand new Silverado. Go see George Chevrolet. Go see John Good, Bellflower's Party Pal. He's going to take care of you. He may even face guard you. You want John Good to face guard you when you get a new Silverado? Well, you go to George Chevrolet, GeorgeChevy.com. He's going to take care of you. 7-time dealer of the year. You know what that means, Cappy? 7. Bam! 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 One more. Bam! GeorgeChevy.com. He's got the Silverado. You want a Colorado? Go get one. You want a Suburban? You want a Tahoe? Or you want to be like Stephanie, my girlfriend, with a great Traverse? You know where she got her Traverse? George Chevrolet. GeorgeChevy.com. Go see John and Kevin. They're going to take care of you. 8:28 in the morning. We're going to take care of you with more Lakers talk. Trying to make you feel better on LA's only local sports morning show, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Jack.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Providence. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Look, Mother's Day's coming up, and trust me, don't wait until the last minute on this one. Just recently, I took my wife to Burke Williams Day Spa, and honestly, it was exactly what we needed. She loved it. I loved it. It was one of those, why don't we do this more often moments? And right now, Burke Williams has special offers on Mother's Day spa packages across their 9 Southern California locations. Massages, facials, full-on spa days. Visit BurkeWilliams.com and take care of Mom. Burke Williams, ESPN LA's official recovery partner.
Hey LA, it's Bethel Duran. Head to Northridge Toyota and Wondrous Toyota today and drive off in a brand new, beautiful 2026 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for just $209 a month on a 36-month lease. $209 for a Tacoma? You already know it's got to be Northridge and Wondrous Toyota. Any trade you own outright is your down payment. It's a limited time offer. Nobody's going to take care of you like my guys at Wondrous and Northridge Toyota.
2026 Toyota Tacoma SR5 iForce 2.4-cylinder turbo 5-foot bed, double cab 4x2 RWD model. MSRP $40,628. Base 10,000 miles per year and excludes tax, title, license, and dollar fees.
Corazon. Hey guys, it's Sedano. Next time you're at my home away from home, LAX, look up. You'll see the future of travel in action. It's the all-electric Skylink train. It's now testing, and trust me, this is a game changer. What does it take to build a champion? It takes round-the-clock preparation. And soon, Skylink will connect you to the airport terminals, the new rental car center, and LA Metro. From practice to prime time, the LAX Skylink. Fast, free, and built for LA. In testing now to help you skip the traffic later.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app, share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Evan Cohen here. According to CNBC, nearly half of hiring managers say a candidate's enthusiasm is the most important factor when considering them for a role. Well, if you need to hire for your business, how can you separate the candidates who are really excited from the ones who are just meh? With ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter has a new feature that quickly shows you the most interested, qualified candidates first, and their smart matching technology connects you with them instantly. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
It's time for Stronger Starts on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Presented by First 5 California.
First 5 California. Be calm, be steady, be there, be nurturing.
Time for today's Stronger Start.
Yes, indeed, 8:31 on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Well, we know who had a stronger start to this series. The Lakers. In fact, Carlos Saisu, our guru back there in the YouTube room, just sent us this. The Lakers' three-point percentage in games 1 and 3, 1 through 3, 46.1%. Games 4 and 5, 24.5%. They need a stronger start in Game 6, Cappy. And our stronger starts here on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. Brought to you by First 5 California. Learn why giving your kids more support for their feelings helps protect them against toxic stress at first5california.com.
You bring up a good point. The numbers, George, you've been kind of digging into the numbers here this morning. And as Chris just points out, in games 1 through 3, the Lakers were out shooting the Rockets in three-point field goal percentage pretty much convincingly, 46% to 29%. But in the last 2 games, games 4 and 5, the Rockets have outshot the Lakers in three-point percentage by 13%. So if you just wanted to try and break down numbers and go, the numbers will tell you the story, well, there's a couple of examples to go along with what you talked about earlier, which is the 9 minutes combined of the current starting 5 of the Rockets out-dueling the Lakers by 7 points, but it's only 9 minutes. Whereas in the last couple of games, it's a 44-minute sample size, and it's a 23-point advantage for Houston. So as we're digging into numbers today, I know we're getting very mathy around here, okay? And I know people are driving around right now.
But that tells the story.
It does. It very much tells the story. And here's something else that is telling the story, at least from where I sit. You know, if you're a Laker fan and you follow
where I sit,
correct.
That was very Paul Harvey of you.
Thank you.
Now it's time for the rest of the story, as you would say.
Right, and I want to make it dramatic because again, you got to understand, this is how I see things. You see things, and you have brought to the table all of this data, and for that, we can all understand now the numbers have gone from being on the Lakers side in games 1 and 2 Game 3 was an even game. It turned out to be a crazy finish. The numbers were on the side of the Lakers game 1 and 2. The numbers have been on the side of the Rockets game 4 and 5. That you have put out on
you
the
would
table.
even make the case that game 3 as well, that it's been on the Rockets side. It's just, they just had an unprecedented collapse.
Right. Why would they have an unprecedented collapse? Because they still are a young team. But when you really look at the Rockets, and again, I'm going to say this to all the Laker fans who follow the Lakers, but don't necessarily analyze and know everything about the opposing roster. Listen to this. You realize that 3 of the 5 starters for the Rockets last night, and this is now this group, 44 minutes they've played together, and they're up on the Lakers by 23 points.
Well, they've now played more than 44 minutes. That didn't include last night.
Right, but you were talking about games 3 and 4.
That was 3 and 4,
right.
Yes.
3 of the 5 Rockets starters are top 4 draft picks.
Yeah.
So Amen Thompson was number 4 in the 2023 draft.
Right.
Reed Shepard was number 3 in the 2024 draft.
And Jabari.
And Jabari Smith was the number 3 overall pick in the 2022 draft. So just pause on that for a second. In 22, 23, and 24,
yeah,
Houston has 2 guys who are both number 3 picks and 1 guy who was a number 4 pick. You're talking about top-level draft choice guys, 22, 23, 24. Now, when you look at the other 2 guys, Sengun as an example, he was the 16th overall pick in the 21 draft. So he's been playing there now for however many years it's been, 4 years or so, right? And then the last guy in all of this was Tari Eason, who in 2022 was the 17th overall pick. So you've got 5 guys that were all drafted by the Rockets. In the case of Sengun, he was drafted by Oklahoma City. He was traded to the Rockets. But you have 5 guys that have been developing 2021, 22, 23, 24. You have guys that were first-round draft choices, number 17 overall, number 16 overall. But then you have 3 guys that are 2 number 3s and a number 4. Your 5 guys are homegrown. Now, do you recall you and I
5
having
guys, not to be confused with the hamburger joint.
Oh, no, don't confuse it, because they got a good hot dog there, too. Because you know what they do is they butterfly it, you know?
They do butterfly it, and it's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Yes,
Why?
Go ahead, Lindsay.
Why are we only showing their necks?
On the YouTube, they put up a graphic, and it has all 5 of the starters, and it's just their neck.
No head?
No head.
No shoulder?
There we go. That's better. Okay, just making sure.
Now we got neck, face, and neck,
half a
and
face.
half a face.
Well, we can't fit all 5. It's
Right.
hard. It's a hard graphic to fit in.
Okay. Anyway, carry on. Back to you, Cappy.
Thank you. Here's my point. George, we have had this conversation about how teams get built. And we've looked at Oklahoma City as an example. And we've said,
roster construction.
We've said, look at what they've done. Look how they've gotten these players. Look how they've drafted these guys, or how they made the right move to make a trade to bring in a certain guy. But in Houston's case, these are 5 guys that have been drafted by the organization, and they've been cultivated over the last few years, from 21 until now. And so you've got these young kids, and this is my point, is that last night after the game, they said this: we're growing up as a team, and we're growing up together. These are 5 guys that have played together now for a couple of years. Since 2023, they've had this group together. One guy was drafted in 21, one in 22. You understand my point. These guys are growing up together, and they're young kids, and 3 of the 4 of them were drafted in the top 4, and 2 of them were drafted in the first half.
Yes.
So what we're looking at is a young team that is learning to play together. And I want you to do me a favor. Just will you do this for me, please? I'm asking a personal favor.
Can we
from
take
you
a
right now.
45-second palate cleanse?
We can, but then I'm going to need George to do me a personal favor.
Sedano's got to do me a favor. He's got to tell us about our friends at Cadillac and Beverly Hills.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with it, but I want you, when we're back, He's
going to tell us about CBH.
Okay.
The CBH.
Okay.
Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Look, we've teamed up with the finest dealership in America, Cadillac of Beverly Hills, CBH. We know Cadillac. When was the last time you've driven one? Well, I've been fortunate to drive a number of different Cadillacs, but my favorite, the Lyriq, okay? Compact SUV, EV, the fastest EV SUV in the freaking world. No joke, okay? When I tell you that V-Series is unbelievable. The 0 to 60 is out of control. The technology is out of this world, okay? And that's just one of the many beautiful Cadillacs that you can see at Cadillac of Beverly Hills, okay? That new lineup of Cadillac EVs that I talked about, they also have sedans, SUVs, gas. You want it, it's cool. They got it for you as well, and they define luxury at the top of its game, and you can find them all at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. That Lyriq I was talking about, it started about $400 a month, okay? You can find great deals at Cadillac of Beverly Hills, so go in and say hello to Dan and Grant and the incredible team at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out that beautiful showroom that they have over there at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And you can check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com. Go get yourself an American luxury vehicle. Go do it at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Again, check them out on the web, CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
The CBH, Cappy.
You know, my daughter is getting ready to graduate from college, and she's like, Dad, I'm going to need a car. She goes, and I hear Sedano talking about Cadillac of Beverly Hills, and I go, yeah, and she goes, Cadillacs are awesome. And I go, yeah, they are. I go, so work hard.
You have a Cadillac in your fleet.
Yeah, I go, but here's what you do. You go to work, you work hard, you save your money, and then at some point you're really successful. And
you think she was hitting you up for the money for the Cadillac is what's happening there?
What she was doing was she was saying, Dad, you know, Sedano talks about Cadillac of Beverly Hills. You probably could get a really nice deal at Cadillac of Beverly Hills.
So you're saying Uncle George, because Julia got the Lomi. So which daughter is this?
This is Jaden.
So Jaden wants a Cadillac.
From Uncle George.
Right.
That's right. And what I tried to explain to her was, listen, you graduate from college, you got a nice degree, you get a good job, and then eventually you're successful, and you go buy yourself a really nice new Cadillac. You don't get a Cadillac after you graduate from college. You don't do that.
Right.
So, anyway, Uncle George.
But she could buy herself one. I mean, I'm sure we could help out, Jaden.
Please don't do that to me. Please don't.
This would be amazing.
Because you know what's going to happen.
Because then he's going to have to pay for it.
Right, I'm going to have to pay for it.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, please don't.
Uncle George will take you to Cadillac of Beverly Hills.
Get her an Escalade.
Get her something good on gas.
Yeah.
We'll get an EV for her.
Yeah.
Get that Lyriq. All right, here's what I want to say. Just going back to my point. The Rockets are telling us we are a team that is growing up together in this playoff series. And I want you to do me a favor now, George, and take your headphones off, please. Just take.
We go together.
Because, yeah, very Grease of you. I want you to take your headphones off because what I'm about to say, I don't want you to hear. Would you please take your headphones off, please? All right, thank you. No, don't put them by your head. I don't want you to hear what I'm about to say. They're growing up together, and they've all been drafted by Houston, and they're all being cultivated by Houston, and this is their future, these 5 guys, and this is their team. And so you know what they're doing?
Are you trying to go back to the angle?
They're playing better ball.
Really?
They're playing better ball.
Without, come on.
Say it.
No.
You say it.
No, I'm not
I
going
don't want
to
get him mad
I don't
at
want
me.
anybody to say it.
Yeah, it's true, though.
Okay.
All right, you can put your headphones back on.
So you went around. So you went from 7 o'clock, waited all the way till 8:40 to do it again.
It's true. You guys just have to. You're just gonna have to trust me on this. It's true. He just gave you every number. When these 5 guys play together over the course of 44 minutes in games 3 and 4, they had a 23-point advantage over the Lakers. This is their team. They're young, up-and-coming kids, and it's their team. And they're looking at the old guy who got here in year 1, and they're going, we want our team back, and we're playing our asses off.
Can we have Sedano back?
All right, come on, George. Bring it back. Bring it home, George. Come on back. You can come back now.
You can put your headphones back on,
You can come back
please.
on now. Oh, no, you see, now he can't even hear us.
you didn't want to be able to hear it.
All right, George, you can come back now. And I don't want to tell you what I just said, but you can come back now. All right, here he comes.
Come back
yes, you can come back now. Yes.
Thank you you for coming back.
Thank you very much.
We're all glad you
Yes.
didn't hear that,
Yes.
and we're upset that we had to hear it.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. You guys.
I know what you said.
You don't
You
know.
need to ask Dave about this and be like, Dave, I think you need to
By the way,
talk to these
Dave
guys.
McMenamin. We're just calling him Dave, but the audience doesn't always know that. Dave McMenamin.
Yeah, and by the way, you can listen to Dave McMenamin on the app as well because, what happens is on the app now, it switches automatically on the live stream to
I heard a lot about that in the suite, and I said, call Sam Pines. Don't blame me.
To Rich Eisen. And we like Rich. We're cool, Rich. We have no issues with that. But what I'm saying is if you want to continue listening to this show, if you're already listening on the app, you're going to have to go to the Sedano and Kap tile.
Which, by the way, we're very handsome fellas. I missed.
Or just start your day on the Sedano and Kap tile.
Oh, so you mean when people come in, they just go right to the Listen Live?
Well,
and
the
then it
Listen
just
Live
continues on?
automatically plays.
Uh-huh.
So then
The Listen Live plays what's automatically happening on 710
Right.
on the terrestrial feed.
Gotcha.
Did you text Sam Pines? Tell him, hey, listen, you schivoso. Maybe you could do this to Riz in Cleveland, but you can't do this to us.
Esquivoso.
By the way, Riz takes Fridays off outside of football season. I think that's going to be my jam now.
That's
till
your new
September.
I think that's a great idea.
I think Sedano and I are doing Fridays off till September.
Wait, hold on. Time out.
We've got better agents than you. My agent's Sedano, so.
You thought it was a
I
good
wish
idea?
I would have known that before I signed the deal.
Yeah, you thought it was a good idea that Chris takes Friday off? Or you thought it was a good idea that the whole show takes Friday off?
No, I think that the Riz thing is a great idea. So I would it's also a great idea that Chris takes it off, but now I'm thinking about that for my next deal.
Well, you got
Pines always says I remind him of Riz. Well, let me show you how much I remind you of Riz.
Yeah, right. I don't work on Shabbat. That's what you tell him.
Yeah, Pines.
Right.
I don't work on Shabbat, Jack.
So Dave McMenamin at 9:30. If you're listening on the app, or if you're just listening on 710, you can always listen on the app. It's crystal clear, stereo. And just click on the Sedano and Kap tile, because the listen live will go to whatever's on 710 at that given moment, which is Rich Eisen in that case. And if you want to listen to Rich Eisen, you're more than welcome to.
And remember, if you listen to Rich live, you can always come back and find us on the podcast, or just go to YouTube and watch the previous day while you're at work. And you're like, oh, man, this Mason Ireland thing's running dry. Put us on.
It's running dry.
Hey, listen, you got to get through it even when it's running dry.
Okay.
I thought Mason Ireland. I was listening the other day when I was driving.
Was it the day that Mace didn't watch the game?
No, I thought it was good.
All right. No, it is good. Especially on Tuesdays. It's really good.
Oh, Tuesdays? Live Imaging Tuesday, the day that you walk in? Really? It's really, really good, huh?
Yeah. Cappy, I have a theory on this series. One more theory on this series I want to run by you.
All right. I'm here for it.
8:45 on a Thursday. Let me tell you about the people that, you know what? I am a bad guy. But you know who kept the bad guy alive? My friends at Providence. And your health is the real MVP. Providence reminds you to stay in the game by prioritizing cancer screenings. When it comes to cancer, early detection saves lives. Many cancers develop quietly without noticeable symptoms. But when found early, treatment options are more effective. That's why routine screenings, knowing your family history, and talking to your doctor are so important. You know, we've got a teammate here. They're having some back stuff. And now I'm the advocate that's like, go see a doctor, get an MRI. And they're like, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, I remember when I used to be the person that's like, no, I'm not going to the doc. I don't want an MRI. I don't want to hear bad news. Guess what? If it's caught early, something can actually be taken care of. Providence, we know how good they are at cardiac care. That's why I'm sitting here talking to you now. They also are amazing at cancer care. Providence brings together the best minds in cancer care, keeping you in the game with life-saving innovation and compassionate support right here in Southern California. Protect your health and get back to the moments that matter most. Learn more at providence.org/cancer. Providence.org/cancer. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California. You know, we've got Damon Lyons from Sellers Advantage, trained so well yesterday. He was recording the Meet the Partners podcast with me, and he had his lovely wife, Jenna, in the room.
She was great.
And at one point, Damon goes, hey, Jenna, you know, Chris almost died. And I said, well done, Damon. Well done. We're going to continue to talk Lakers next in about 2.5 minutes from right now. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
The Loan Exchange is proud to introduce the Free Closer, a jumbo 30-year fixed loan up to $3 million. With no closing costs, you could save around $40,000 in fees like points and appraisals that many lenders charge on a $2 million loan. Today's 30-year Free Closer rate is 5.875% rate and APR. That makes refinancing simple. The only question is whether it lowers your payment without increasing your balance. And if rates drop again, you can do it again and save even more. Today's 30-year Free Closer rate is 5.875% rate and APR. If your mortgage rate is over 6%, it's a total no-brainer. Why pay to close a loan when you can exchange it for free at theloanexchange.com. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. That's theloanexchange.com. Theloanexchange.com. To exchange higher payments for lower ones.
Ready for an upgrade? Hey, it's Chris Morales. Spring into savings during Truck Month at George Chevrolet. Right now, you could lease a new 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT for just $299 a month for 36 months with $39.95 due at signing. Power, capability, and the truck you've been waiting for at a payment that makes it easy to level up. Drive yours today at George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway, Lakewood exit in Bellflower, or online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Calculated off MSRP on select models. Lease offer approved credit through GM Financial. Ends 5/2/2026. For full details, 866-949-4805.
Esquivoso.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Next time you're at my home away from home, LAX, look up. You'll see the future of travel in action. It's the all-electric Skylink train. It's now testing, and trust me, this is a game changer. What does it take to build a champion? It takes round-the-clock preparation. And soon, Skylink will connect you to the airport terminals, the new rental car center, and LA Metro. From practice to prime time, the LAX Skylink. Fast, free, and built for LA. In testing now to help you skip the traffic later.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app, share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Mornings on ESPN LA will never be the same.
Now, you should put in a request to ESPN like, hey, I'm a tropical brother, okay?
Sedano and Kap have taken over Morning Drive.
Palm trees and sunshine only.
Yo soy este Miami, okay?
Back to the guys.
8:50, the Sedano and Kap Morning Show. It's our Wild Fork Foods Yacht Rock Song of the Day on the Morning Show.
What a
Thanks
song.
to Wild Fork Foods. You know Sua. Oh, Sua. Always talk about Wild Fork Foods. We love them.
Get it,
and we
bird.
love a little yacht rock.
Yeah.
Remember that time when you fooled around and fell in love? Well,
Yeah.
Sedano and I did that with you like 5 years ago, and now you're
now
still
it's
here.
Sort of
Still here.
falling out of love, huh?
Yeah. No, I'm still in love.
Yeah, I love you.
You're still better than the other options.
Oh, really?
By the way, it's a Cosmic Ticket Thursday. Caller number 7
Remember
right
that,
now.
George?
No, Sedano's always good. 877-710-ESPN. Caller number 7 wins Dome Reserve tickets to Harry Potter at Cosm on May 10th at 9 a.m. Now, I will say this. That's going to be incredible. I've never seen Harry Potter.
Me neither.
But if you wanted to go,
I would imagine that'll be crazy.
experience this iconic film an entirely new way and step into the world of wizardry at Cosm's immersive venues. Find tickets today at Cosm.com. Caller number 7 right now. You get to talk to Berkey, and you get to go see Harry Potter in shared reality. 877-710-ESPN. Hey.
Fooled Around and Fell in Love is one of the, when you talk about like really, really iconic yacht rock songs, I'm going to say Fooled Around and Fell in Love is right there next to Brandy.
And it's a one-hit wonder because Elvin Bishop wrote a lot of songs, and I think he had a few other like minor hits, but not like Fooled Around and Fell in Love. And, of course, used in an iconic scene in the movie Boogie Nights.
Sailing is probably the yacht rock song just because it's
about
literally
sailing.
Like,
right, exactly.
I don't know. I feel like if there's a yacht rock song, it's probably that one by Christopher Cross.
Yeah. The reason Brandy's such a great one is because, you know, she's this waitress in this little town, and there's lots of people that are coming in and out because they're fishermen. And, you know, they think, hey, you know, you'd make a really great wife. But the problem with you is, not you, it's me. I'm married to the sea.
Exactly.
You know, I'm married out there. I'm married to being,
You know who
on the
else is
ocean.
married to the sea?
Tell me.
Well, actually, they're married to the wood. The crazy Hernandez brothers. This is the Morning Wood, thanks to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Shit.
So, Cappy,
Yeah.
let me ask you this.
Give me the theory. Let me hear it.
The Lakers are in a very precarious situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look, do I think they're going to be the first team to blow a 3-0 lead? I don't think so. I'm becoming less and less confident of it, but I don't think so. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But it really puts this Lakers team in a tough spot because they basically outplayed what their performance should have been with the roster that they had, right? It was just like this, oh, my God, I can't believe Smart and Luke Kennard are playing out of their freaking minds kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And had this series, look, forget about if the Rockets would have won one of those first two games. Even if they just would have won Game 3 and it would have been 2-2, right? Or 2-1 at that point, right? And then eventually 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
We wouldn't be in this, kind of anxious state of oh, man, we don't want the Lakers to be the first team to lose, being up 3-0, right? Because it should have been 2-1 and 2-2. So, this Lakers team, if, let's just say the worst case scenario does happen.
Okay.
And they lose.
Yep.
4 in a row.
Yep.
It's going to be one of those where you're yeah, it really shouldn't have been 4 in a row. The sky's going to be falling. People are going to go nuts. It's going to be really bad.
Oh.
Okay?
Oh, you are so right.
But it really should not have been that because it just – yes, what they did to win that game in Game 3 was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
But also what the Rockets did to cough it up was also unbelievable.
That's right. And by the way, and in Game 4, the Lakers were toast, and the Rockets were okay. It's just that the Lakers were really, really bad.
Really bad.
Yeah.
It was almost as if by them winning the first two games, especially the second one, the way they did, they've now raised the expectations. Whereas going into the series, people were talking about them being swept.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
They thought they'd lose in 5, 6, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And this,
so, the expectations of the 12 reporters you've referenced on ESPN.com.
Right, who all took Houston. Nobody gave the Lakers a shot.
Right, but now, how are you feeling about those reporters' predictions?
Well, they are starting to look like maybe they knew what they were talking about, perhaps. But I will tell you this, and I'm going to go back to something Wendy said, and I want to get to it in the YouTube hour. How do Laker fans respond to LeBron today versus how might they respond to LeBron should they wind up blowing this series?
Ooh, I like
God. Yeah, well, let's get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about Boots, Sedano.
If you're in the app, by the way, make sure you go to the Sedano and Kap tile. All right, make sure you go there so you can stay with us. But yeah, Boots, listen, Mother's Day's coming, guys. It's very simple. May 10th is right around the corner, okay? And I've been thinking about Mom, and you know what? You realize how much Mom did for you, right? Got you to school, to practice, helped you with your project. So yeah, Mother's Day matters. You got to get it right. And the easiest way, Books. Go to Books.com. BOUQS.com. Books is short for bouquets. And you send Mom flowers from the Books Company. And I got you. 25% off with the promo code ESPN so you can send as many flowers as you want. And Books just aren't any flowers cut from the best farms in the world. So they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. And by the way, send a vibrant, happy bouquet or step it up with a monthly subscription. Keep Mom's happiness year round, okay? Don't be a skibozo, all right? When she smiles, you know you got it right. They got over 55,000 five-star reviews at Books. So Books is the way to go. And it's very simple, man. It takes 2 minutes. You go to Books.com, BOUQS.com. You pick the bouquet, you set the delivery date, and you're done. Don't waste any time. Go get it done now, man. Time is ticking. And with 25% off, you can grab some for your wife, your aunt, and your grandma, too. Mother's Day is May 10th. Don't wait. Go to Books.com. Use the promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Books.com. Promo code ESPN.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Pizza Hut is bringing the heat with their new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside, finished with buttery garlic parm seasoning in every bite. And right now, grab a large pizza with any 3 toppings for just $11.99, delivery or carryout. When you're hungry for big flavor, keep the Pizza Hut coming with the $11.99 large 3-topping deal. Order now at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app.
Limited time offer. Additional charges for extra cheese and toppings. Stuffed crust and original pan.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Next time you're at my home away from home, LAX, look up. You'll see the future of travel in action. It's the all-electric Skylink train. It's now testing, and trust me, this is a game changer. What does it take to build a champion? It takes round-the-clock preparation. And soon, Skylink will connect you to the airport terminals, the new rental car center, and LA Metro. From practice to prime time, the LAX Skylink. Fast, free, and built for LA. In testing now to help you skip the traffic later.
Hyundai of Glendale is now open, and your next Hyundai is waiting. Lease a brand new 2026 Tucson SC for just $199 a month plus tax for 24 months. Includes owner's assurance and a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Check out Hyundai of Glendale. Call 818-222-8000 or visit HyundaiofGlendale.net. 24 months at 7,500 miles per year. $41.99 due at signing. Tax, title, license, and dock fees extra. One at this payment. 5 NMJ, A3DE, or TA 715229. MSRP $31,150.
It's NBA and NHL playoff season, and there is no better place to catch the action than Cosm. Hey, it's Mace here, and you got to get into the Cosm Dome and experience every slam dunk, every goal on Cosm's massive, immersive display, and it's so real, you'll feel like you're courtside or right on the glass. Or head to the hall and catch every game on their wall-to-wall LED screens. Great food, amazing drinks, cocktails. Cosm has got it all. No better place to experience the playoffs than Cosm. For game listings and tickets, visit Cosm.com. I'll see you at Cosm.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app, share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
The home of Rams football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Reed Shepard with it. Download a Shingun. Shingun. Jabari Smith for 3. Good night. Timeout Lakers, who now trail by 13.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
Paulinama and Thompson, they do not foul, and the Lakers go down 99-93 to the Rockets, forcing Game 6 Friday night in Houston.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
A little sabor? Yeah, I don't think people like being called hacks.
You're the güero on the radio.
No. Giant Mexican, horn section. And
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Give me a freaking break.
I'm reacting to Art Bell.
Yeah.
Midnight in the desert. I'm Art Bell.
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
BitBoy.
Right now. Monstrous.
Beto, I don't want to eat that.
We did it, Dad. We did it.
You were riding high on the stinger last time.
Oh, big time.
Right, that's right. Of course we were.
So, mongrels, stay tuned.
Esquivoso.
.902, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on this April 30th, final day of April 2026.
Yeah.
Do it, Cappy.
Here it comes. Everybody ready? Here it comes.
A tragic Thursday, a Titanic Thursday, and you know what's coming Thursday. If we're sitting here on Monday and the Lakers get knocked out of the playoffs by the Rockets.
Well, that's the thing. The games are Friday, Sunday now. So, God, I hope they don't get to Sunday.
If you had to guess, they would probably get to Sunday, right? Because everybody we talked to at the game yesterday, okay, if they lose this game, we're definitely coming back.
No,
Sunday.
because I feel like that's conventional wisdom, and the conventional wisdom doesn't always work out in these scenarios. Let me see what Sunday would look like potentially. What other games would be on? So it'd be so we could have 3 Game 7s potentially. Rockets, Lakers.
The Cavs are playing.
Cavs, Raptors, but the Cavs. Hopefully, the Cavs just win, and be done. Although Game 7 in Cleveland would be pretty ruckus, I'm sure. And then
Dennis Schroeder last night, by the way, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, my
he was
goodness.
Great. They wouldn't have won without him.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because one of my Cavs buddies.
You have a Cavs
Is
buddy?
that not Lindsay?
Mike Goldfarb, your boy.
Goldie.
Cappy.
Yeah, that is my man.
Yeah.
That's my main man,
From Yahoo
Goldfarb.
Sports.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mike Goldfarb. He's a Cavs. He's a Cleveland guy.
Okay.
Lindsay. And then Magic Pistons would be the other game. By the way,
I
what
think
a
the
great
Pistons.
game that was.
Oh, my God. I think the Pistons are going to wind up coming back and taking this thing. And Cade Cunningham.
Which, by the way, you know that they did that to the Magic with Tracy McGrady.
I don't recall that. They were down.
Yeah, the
3-1?
You know, the Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton teams came back 3-1 against Orlando back then. Yeah.
I mean, Cade Cunningham last night and Paolo Banchero as well. I mean, those two young brothers right there put on a show last night. And Cade Cunningham was so interesting just down the stretch as the announcing team was like, dude, he's finally realizing, hey, I want to be an unselfish player, but right now I'm hot and I'm knocking things down. And I gotta take this thing over by myself. And that was a very, very entertaining basketball game last night or yesterday afternoon.
Yeah. They did that. They beat them. They beat Tracy McGrady's Magic team, whatever it was, back in the early 2000s. 2003, if I recall correctly.
Gotcha.
So anyway, so you can have 3 Game 7s. If there's 3 Game 7s, your boy's getting on a plane on Saturday.
And where's our boy headed? Does he have any idea?
I have no idea.
Okay.
If I had to guess, probably Detroit.
Got it. Hey, look, we had this conversation earlier this week with Brian Windhorst, and Brian comes in and he says this. He goes, do you think Laker fans who have been LeBron detractors, do you think that these people will jump onto the LeBron love bandwagon? Assuming, by the way, at this point, the Lakers are going to win. Because remember, this was windy yesterday, and most people thought that the Lakers would wrap this thing up last night. And obviously, we know it didn't happen. Now, I thought my answer was, yeah, of course. I think anybody who's a LeBron detractor, I think that person is going to have such a great appreciation for the effort that LeBron has given. And look, let's just say that the Lakers were to have, they beat Houston. They go on to play Oklahoma City. Nobody gives them a shot against Oklahoma City. And let's just say they get bounced in 4 games. Yeah. It doesn't take away from what LeBron, individually, what he would have accomplished by putting the team on his back in round 1. However, if all of a sudden the Lakers wind up losing this series and they become a statistic of the first team ever to have this 3-0 lead, et cetera, if they lose this series, George, at that point, LeBron detractors and probably
they're going to have a field day.
But
even though he's the only reason they were in the series for the most part,
no doubt about it. But then think about it like this: forget about the fan base and forget about the opinions. Think about it organizationally. Hey, LeBron just changed his role again. LeBron put the team on his back. LeBron was on the verge of winning this series, and the team fell apart. And the team didn't win, and now what do we do going into the future? Because, again, if you were to go back to January of this year, most people would have thought this is the end of LeBron in a Lakers uniform. By the end of March, people were like, I don't know, man. I think you got to bring LeBron back. I think you got to see what happens when you've got Luka, Austin, LeBron, and then you go out and get one more piece for these guys. I think you got to give this another shot.
And especially when it was 3-0, we were thinking that
100%. I mean, when you're up 3-0, my mind is already thinking, well, you know what? You cannot get rid of LeBron. LeBron is carrying you. And
just ask Berg. He's one of those detractors.
But I think
Berg.
But I think
he started to turn the corner. No, I'm saying like Berg has said like, hey, for all the grief I give LeBron, like this has been, what did he call it? Eye popping. He said he had been playing eye popping in games 1 and 2.
Honestly, this has been the most impressive series as a Laker I've seen from LeBron James. Because he's had
not
to do
the championship. I mean, it was.
I think this is more impressive.
I think it is too, because you had a team around you. You had Anthony Davis, and you had all like JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard and Danny Green. You had a team around you that was all veteran guys that knew how to play together, and they were going to win again the next year if Anthony Davis didn't get hurt. This is him doing it with a bunch of guys that you've said over and over again throughout the season, the roster construction is terrible. I've killed Rui Hachimura because I don't think he's good enough to be on this team moving forward. And this is because at the price point that he probably wants. So to be able to do what he's doing, get him to 3-0, that was the most impressive thing I've seen as a Laker.
And by the way, he did it with a starting lineup of the only guy that he'd played with prior to this season was Rui. Right. Remember, now, don't get me wrong. I mean, he played with DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart during the season, and Luke Kennard showed up in the latter part of the season. So he's been on the floor with him. But he's been on the floor with some combination of these guys more often than not with Luka and with Austin Reaves. So you're asking LeBron James to carry a team of guys where really 3 of the 5 of them don't have much experience playing together other than this first season. That's my comparison to Houston about all these young kids that were drafted and have been cultivated, and they're growing up together. This is LeBron having to piece it together at the very end. So here's my question for you, Berg, as a LeBron detractor, as your reputation goes. Let's say they win this series and they get knocked out 4-0 by Oklahoma City. In that scenario, you want LeBron back, yes or no?
Yeah, at this point, how he played, yes, I do. Okay. No matter what happens at this point.
Wait. Then let me ask you another question.
He's come around.
Let me ask you this though: if the Lakers
I just
lose
watch what
the
I
series,
see and I see how it works.
No, but let's just say the Lakers do lose this series. Let's say Houston win games 6, 3-3. Let's say they come back again, short rest, lots of travel, etc. And let's say Houston wins.
They win 6-7.
Let's say they do that. Next year, you still want LeBron back?
Yes, no matter what happens at this point, I want him back based off how he played with Luka and AR. And you can see how that team can work together and be very, very good, not only offensively, but defensively all working together. So at that point, yes, of course I want him back.
Love it.
Because it makes sense. The only reason that I became a LeBron detractor was because when it was Anthony Davis and LeBron James, I said, those two are never making it back to a final. The combination of them doesn't work anymore. And then they brought in Luka, and that all changed. And then it's like, okay, now it's a whole different scenario. Now you have Luka and LeBron together. That changes how it works. So it was really, I was a detractor based on Anthony Davis.
Okay. I wonder how other Laker fans would feel. In other words, let's just say hypothetically, George, the Lakers do wind up losing this series. And as much as I have a greater appreciation today for LeBron James and the player he is, the teammate he is, the guy who carries an organization on his back, as much as I've appreciated that and have been so blown away by what he's done here, I got to just ask the question, if they lose this series, will the Lakers say, hey, look, thank you, and we appreciate you, and we know how great you are, but it's time for us to go forward and deal with the future?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that right now.
Well, I mean, you're not Rob Pelinka. I mean, I'm just asking you what you think. Tough, right? It's a tough call.
I think you bring him back. I think what you saw at the end is I think their first option will be to bring him back. But nothing has changed. It still has to be to be able to fit it all.
Yeah.
It needs to be done at a certain price point. By the way, I think that price point may, depending on what happens in the next game or two, if there needs to be more than one more game, I think a lot the Austin Reaves thing can also play a factor here.
Totally agree.
Which is why I think, if I had to guess, his agent was like, hey, don't come back until you feel like you are 1,000% ready.
Is that something that's been out there, or that's just a kind of an assumption? Like that's what
an assumption on my part, because the agent's about to make a huge payday with him.
Of course. I mean, that's what an agent should say. Hey, look, man, I know you want to come back, and I know you're all about your team, and I know you're trying as best you can to get back as quickly as you can, but I'm here to tell you, you may not be doing yourself any favors if you come back and you don't play the way you're capable of playing when you're in peak condition. Because, again, I'll just say this about Austin Reaves. You guys may see it differently. When I looked at him on the floor last night, I went, he just kind of looks a little skinny to me. Now, if you told me that in March he weighed 215 pounds, and you told me yesterday he weighed 207 pounds.
Like a Jewish grandmother.
Right.
You know, Bubba, you need some more food.
Darling, you got to eat the kugel, darling. You know what I mean? There's no, Bubba, come here. Come here. You got schmutz right here. Come here. You got to eat. Have the gefilte fish. I know it's disgusting.
Clean
Put
the
horseradish on it.
Get the punum all wiped up.
Right, yes. Look, I'm just saying that Austin Reaves, to me, I'm sure, as a guy who wants to win and a guy who feels guilty, oh, man, we were so close and I got hurt. I got to get back as fast as I can. chances are that over the last month as he's rehabbing, he's probably not doing everything he does during the basketball season, which is lifting weights, eating a certain way to keep his weight up, etc. And he kind of looked skinny to me last night. So there's no doubt your point is made on me that if they wind up losing this series, they may have to look at Austin Reaves and say, do we want to pay him that kind of money? Well, why would we not? Because maybe we have a question about his durability.
Well, do you remember, Cappy, when you asked Wendy a few weeks ago if you had to choose between LeBron and Austin Reaves, who are you bringing back? And it was like, no questions, it's Austin Reaves. Has your mind changed at all as far as that question goes?
That is an excellent question, Lindsay Baseball, and I appreciate the layup.
Mm-hmm.
My answer has changed.
Oh, really?
Yes, and here's
Do
why.
tell.
Here's why. Because if you told me, hey, look, LeBron is willing to play for, I'm just making up a number, $25 million. But, George, what would Austin Reaves' number be if he were able to max it
I
all
think it
out?
starts around like 45
Okay.
million or something like that. 40, somewhere between like 43 and 45 million, if I recall correctly.
If the Lakers were to go on to lose this series, I might have to seriously say to myself, you know what? I think with Luka and LeBron and a couple of new toys, we saw how good this thing could be. I don't know that I want to spend all that money on Austin Reaves because I might have a question about durability or postseason performance. And if I've got questions and I'm not 100% bought in, then do I want to spend that kind of money?
Cappy, they're, the Lakers are in a weird situation now, right? Because the Rockets they're only the 16th team ever, okay, in like nearly 300, it's like 290 times or something that it's been 3-0 or something like that. They're the 16th team to force a Game 6. There's only been 4 that have pushed it to a Game 7, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The Celtics in 23 trailed 3-0 in the Eastern Conference Finals to Miami, lost in 7, okay? The Blazers in 03, they were, I believe, against, I want to say the Dallas Mavericks, 2003. Blazers pushed to 7. And then there is the Denver Nuggets.
They lost in Game 7.
Right,
Obviously
that was
everybody's
against
lost.
the Utah Jazz, but
Mhm.
that was also after they had already upset the Sonics
Mhm.
as an 8 seed in game. But that was a 5-game series back then.
Mhm.
In the first round. But the second round, right, they lost in 7 to Utah. Utah went up 3-0, Karl Malone, John Stockton, and them. And then, they forced a Game 7. Dikembe Mutombo and that group forced a Game 7. Brian Stith, Mahmoud Abdul
You are breaking
Rauf.
out some names. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, man. Damn. You are breaking out some names.
Yeah. And then I think the Knicks in 51, I don't know who the hell they played in 51.
Oh, you don't remember in 51? You don't have the entire roster of the 1951 Knicks? Come on,
No.
man. What kind of ball knower are you?
No,
Lame.
definitely the 51 Knicks is out of my purview. It is. It would be scary times if they get to Sunday, even at home. Like it would be scary times.
Totally
I think.
agree.
Bergman, would you not be kind of biting your fingernails a little bit if it got to a Game 7?
I would very much be biting my fingernails. Absolutely.
Well, think about it, guys. We all talked at the beginning of this series. The schedule is advantageous to the Lakers in the early part of the series where there's more time in between games. Now things are getting condensed because the NBA is like, we got to get on to round 2 here. So as the games get more condensed, the Lakers go from Wednesday night to Friday night and have to get on a plane and go down to Houston. Okay, fine. Let's say they lose that game, which, by the way, I'm not ruling out that the Lakers could very much win that game. I think
Sure.
Austin Reaves.
I think they can win. Yeah. I'm not ruling it out. I'm just saying if they lose, then it's really – people are really going to start to sweat.
Right. Because Wednesday night you play, Thursday you have off, but you got to travel. Friday you got to play. You lose Friday night, you got to turn around, travel, come home. Saturday's your theoretical off day, if you will. Yeah. And then you got to play on Sunday and probably – I don't know exactly what the schedule looks like in terms of time, but if they have to play earlier in the day for television, I don't know if they're – theoretically, I guess
No, that would be –
5 o'clock
if
at
I
night.
had to guess, okay, if I had to guess, it would be the Lakers would play at night on NBC.
5 o'clock, so 8 o'clock Eastern-ish. So, okay, time maybe doesn't really matter as much. But, like, if you had to play, let's say, like a noon game, for example, it's just
– No,
again,
they're not playing that.
Right.
Not in LA.
No,
they're not
they're
doing that.
going to get – they want prime time. Got it.
Correct. The league is going to want the Lakers in a Game 7.
Yes, with
after
LeBron
being
James.
up 3-0
right.
in prime time.
Of course.
There's no question about that.
But it doesn't. It doesn't
it-
change the fact, though, George. Think about it. Wednesday, Thursday, you're off travel. Friday, you play. Friday, you lose. In theory, you turn around, travel, you come back. There is very, very little rest time for LeBron specifically in comparison to a bunch of kids on the other side who are like 25 and younger.
Yeah, but LeBron lives for Game 7s.
Right, because Game 6 will probably be Ian Eagle and Stan Van Gundy and Cassidy Hubbard, I would imagine, on Prime, because the games tomorrow are on Prime. Then on Saturday, the Knicks game, I would imagine, will be the ABC game, if I had to guess. Because that's a Game 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know what would happen with the Wolves and Nuggets if they went to a Game 7 or whatever, but yeah.
The Cavs will be like the early game, I bet.
And then the
Nobody
Sixers
really
and I don't know how those games would get divvied up. I'd have to ask my bosses. I don't know how that. I would imagine because ABC will get a game on Saturday, but it would probably be the Knicks if it got to a Game 7 in New York for sure. They would want Breen on that game. There's no doubt. The league.
By the way, interesting commercial I saw the other day with Breen and Monica McNutt.
McNutt.
Yeah, and I don't remember
State Farm.
Oh, is that what? Yeah, it's State Farm. I'm like, you know what? I'm so entertained by the commercial that I have no idea what the brand is and what they're advertising. But you're right. It's that dude from State Farm. What's his name? Justin or Jacob or what's the guy's name from State Farm?
Yeah, the State Farm guy.
Yeah, the State Farm guy. And then Monica McNutt and Breen. Chris, I don't know if you've seen this, but there's a dump truck in the commercial. Like she freaking puts him
dump
down.
trucks him.
Oh
Yeah.
Breen has no chance at all.
Well, remember that day I accidentally, it was last year when we were walking through and we took the family picture on the court, all of us, and I accidentally, because it gets busy down there and I can't see out of one part of the left eye, the peripheral, I accidentally dump trucked Mike Breen and he went flying. I accidentally did it. He went flying and I just kept walking because I was like, oh boy, I better get out of here.
This could be trouble.
If Sedano finds out I dump trucked Breen, I'm going to be out.
I would have had to have taken you out.
You'd be in big trouble, man. You don't dump truck Mike Breen.
All I want to do is ask Breen
Unless
about
he's
Iman.
getting paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. All I want to do is ask Breen about the I-Man.
Yeah?
About Imus.
That's what you want to know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stories from those days.
Call him at 4 a.m. in the morning and just say, hey, man.
Hey, Breen.
Hey,
Breen.
By the way,
I'm just
by the
calling
way,
to check
quick
in.
side note.
Yeah.
I was listening in the car to that conversation yesterday, and I don't know if you saw my text where I said, this conversation is hilarious. You guys had me howling with laughter talking about Cappy's issue with this listener who's calling him at 4 in the morning.
I actually thought on Tuesday morning when I picked up Morales from the Anaheim train station at 5:25.
Yeah.
I thought
You'd
to
already
myself,
gotten like 4 calls.
No, what I was thinking was maybe we should call the guy together. Because now that he has slid into your DMs and he's exaggerating the relationship that we have. Hey, man, I see you on social with Cap. We're really, really tight. I'd like to talk to you about a few things.
You are tight. He calls you at 4 a.m.
No, but I don't answer.
Yeah, but again, we're not doing this all over again. We got to get ready for McMenamin.
Okay.
Dave McMenamin joining us at 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to do this real quick. But no, somebody who calls you at 4 a.m., you are tight.
We're not tight.
No, 4 a.m. call, to your point, I think Lindsay said it best yesterday. It's got to be an emergency. Yeah.
No matter what this guy calls me about, I don't care.
It's a Cosm Ticket Thursday. Caller number 7 right now at 877-710-ESPN wins Dome Reserve tickets to Harry Potter at Cosm on May 10th at 9 a.m. Experience this iconic film in an entirely new way and step into the world of wizardry at Cosm's immersive venues. Find tickets today at Cosm.com. Before I hand back off to Sedano, I got to give an update, though.
Yeah.
And I've already sent it to my mother, Angela.
Oh, no. Don't tell
At
me.
ESPN Los Angeles.
Oh, the robe.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I saw it.
On
Sedano in the
Instagram
robe?
and Twitter, Sedano on the
forget
robe.
it. Forget it.
Sedano in
So
the robe.
cute.
I'm getting the actual high quality video so we can get a full cutout made of Sedano in the robe.
Oh, my God. I just saw that.
Oh.
I just saw it. And
My mother Angela is going to have a good day today when she sees that.
she is she? Really? George, I just saw this video pop up of you in the robe at the
Burke
spa
Williams.
at Burke
Yeah,
Williams.
that was after my massage.
And I was like, man, that looks.
Her and my pops
That
are going to
looks
get
good.
down later, but Sedano's video is going to be on in the background.
Oh, there's no doubt. Sedano is the appetizer. Sedano gets things warmed up. I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, is he like a monk or something? Like, where is this brother? And now I see
big rope.
you're at Burke Williams, man, you know?
Yeah.
Dry sauna, wet sauna. Now, when you say wet sauna, do you mean like a steam room or do you mean like, is there another sauna?
Well, there's a dry sauna, which is the one that's not there's no steam. It's just hot. It's
right.
Just, the
That's
coals.
dry. Yeah.
And
right.
then that's the dry. And then the wet sauna is the steam room.
Yeah, nice. I love a steam room.
So I do both.
Yeah, I love using both.
Wet.
You get in a cold
But you got to have some time off in between. But you can do both. Yeah.
By the way,
into a
Dr.
cold
Clapper
plunge?
off this week. He'll be back
I
next
did a cold
week.
plunge too.
Oh, yeah. Cold. How long are you in the cold plunge for?
Not that long. It's
4
cold.
minutes, 5 minutes? What are we talking about?
Just a couple minutes.
Clapper's a big steam room guy. He likes the schwitz in there.
Oh, I would love to be in a steam room with
Clapper?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So real quick, Cappy.
I mean, you talk about two alta cockas. You know what I mean? Just like in the steam room. You know, I'm talking about, hey, we're leaving here. We're going to Nate and Al's. You know? Oh, God. Yes, George, you were saying.
Yeah, I just think that it's going to be fascinating to see how this plays out because, look, to your point, if the worst case scenario happens, it's going to be bad. Like, I just want people to be prepared that Monday is going to be really bad if we get to that point.
Oh, no. I'm preparing everybody. You're
Like,
going into your
you're
new
gonna
week,
if you're
bad
a
news.
Lakers fan and they do blow this, and I don't think they will, but if they do blow this, it is going to be a blowtorch on Monday. Like, the takes are going to be so hot that not on this show. We're going to do as good a job as we can to be sensible about it and reasonable about it. But like, I would avoid like most talk shows that aren't ours.
Really? You would avoid First Take? You know, you would avoid these kinds
I would
of
avoid.
shows?
I'm a company man, but I would avoid. First Take. I would avoid all those shows.
Get up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like Greeny's gonna have like, hey Greeny, can't you talk about the Knicks or something, man? You know,
Right.
hey Greeny, do us a favor. Talk about the Jets draft. How about that? Leave the Lakers alone.
I mean, he might not want to talk about the Jets
It
draft.
would be really, really bad. Okay.
Oh, there's no
Really
doubt.
bad.
Because let me tell you something. Again, we can all look at LeBron and we can all have a great appreciation for what he did in games 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
But if they lose games 4, 5, 6, 7, if they lose this series and they become this statistic, this historical question, who's the first team and by the way, LeBron James, number 1 all time in scoring, number 1 all time in minutes, and
let me tell you
the
something.
first guy ever to have a 3-0 lead and blow it.
Well,
Right.
he's also the first guy who ever came back from a 3-1.
3-1 in the
3-1
finals.
deficit. Yeah, in the finals.
Yeah,
So.
in the finals.
They even out, right?
Do they even out? I mean,
if they lose the next 2 games, it's not going to be his fault.
It's definitely not going to be his fault. You're right.
But
it is
people
not.
will blame him.
But the people who don't like him are going to put that.
Of
they're-
course.
There's going to be that on his resume.
Well, we've
Yeah.
given
Just
him all
add
the
him to
credit.
resume. Yeah, really. It's just adding another piece to it. When you put in all the accomplishments, you add
Right,
the
and it's
3-0
never going to
series.
be, and unfortunately,
Right at the end.
and unfortunately, it's never going to be like, yeah, he had to play with Luke Kennard as his second best
no,
player.
no
You
one
know
will
what I mean?
ever
Like,
care.
DeAndre Ayton,
no.
Jackson Hayes is your starting center.
No one will ever care.
It's never gonna be that. It's
Nope.
gonna be like, unless someone like just goes on Basketball Reference and be like, wow, Luke Kennard was the second best player on that team.
Yeah.
Well, look
Yeah.
at some of
Wrong
the other
Luka.
teams he played with, George. Is this like the most
This is the
impressive
worst team
group?
he's ever gone to the playoffs with, barring maybe some of those early Cavs teams. Yes.
Okay.
But no
like
one's
I'd have
gonna
to
care.
look back at those early, like his first playoff series was 2005. Let me
Those
see
were
who was
bad.
on that
That was
2005
like
Cavs
Drew Gooden and
team. Yeah, let me see.
Anderson Varejao.
Let me see.
While
Let
you're
me see.
looking it up, let me just tell you something right now.
Because I remember that roster not being great.
Yeah, no one's
Hold
going
on.
to care because here's why. We have all given LeBron all the credit when the Lakers were up 3-0. If the Lakers fall and they lose 4 straight, LeBron will take every ounce of the blame. No one's going to care about Luke Kennard. No one's going to care about Marcus Smart. No one's going to think that DeAndre Ayton is going to carry this team. Everybody's going to know that Austin Reaves had come back from injury and had been gone for a month. No
Okay.
one will care. They will
Okay.
blame LeBron.
Wow, this is a really bad team.
Let me hear what you got.
This one is worse. I don't know. Yeah. This one is
Booby
that first
Gibson team?
LeBron
Yeah. Who's
playoff
worse?
team.
Go guy for guy.
Okay, LeBron, obviously, he played 42 and a half minutes a game that year. 42 and a half minutes a game out of 48.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what year is this? 2005?
2004-5
Okay,
is the first year he
so-
went to the playoffs.
All right, he's like a young kid. He's like 24 years old at the time.
Way younger than that.
I
He
can't
was
do the math
25
that
when he
fast.
went to Miami.
I can't
in
do the math.
2010.
26, 05, minus 20.
21.
Oh, he's 20. He was 20. Yeah.
He was younger than
21
that. He couldn't.
years
He
ago.
wasn't even drinking age yet.
Plenty of
he was
energy.
playing 42.5 minutes a game.
No
okay?
problem. I'm 41 years old. Keep going.
Holy moly. The player with the second most minutes on that team.
Yeah.
Lindsay, you're the Cavs fan. I will give you 20 guesses.
Delonte West.
No, you're before him.
Tractor trailer.
No.
I don't know.
The second most minutes. He played 76 games, 69 starts on that team.
Drew Gooden.
You're getting close.
Zadrunas
One more.
Ilgauskas.
That's it. You're close, but it's not him. Jeff McGinnis.
Didn't even remember him.
Jeff McGinnis.
Jeff McGinnis
Mm-hmm.
played for North Carolina, in college,
Mm-hmm.
and played nearly 600 games in the NBA, Played for the Clippers early in his career, then played for the Cavs for a couple years in LeBron's early stages. Finished his career, I believe, in Charlotte. So Jeff McGinnis, then Zadrunas Ilgauskas, then Drew Gooden. Ira Newble.
Who?
That's a good one. That's a great one. Ira
Cappy's
Newble.
like, wait, there's an Ira on the Cavs team?
I love I love the name Ira. That's an
He
awesome
wasn't-
name.
he
Ira
wasn't
Newby.
terrible. He was not
Newble,
terrible. He was
Newble.
actually decent.
Newble. Okay. All right. Who else you got?
Yeah, this is a bad team. Eric Snow, who was a pretty good player.
How about this? What was the center's name?
Robert Tractor Trailer was on that team. Anderson Varejao was a rookie.
R.I.P. Robert Tractor Trailer.
What about Diop? What was that guy's name?
Sagana Jop.
Yeah, him, Sagana Diop. I called him Diop.
Yeah, he played on that team too.
How about Lucius Harris?
Now you're just looking at it.
Yeah, I am. Sasha Pavlovich.
Sasha Pavlovich. Yeah. Sasha Pavlovich. I'll never forget. Dwayne Wade and Shaq. Like Sasha Pavlovich will always be on Dwayne Wade and Shaq's highlight reel because there was a game on a Sunday afternoon on ABC where Dwayne was. You could look this up. Like I bet you if you YouTube it, you could find it. Just like Wade to Shaq, alley-oop Pavlovich, something like that. I bet you it'll come up. And it's Dwayne Wade is dribbling like in like a fast break situation down the sideline, goes behind Pavlovich's back, like pulls the ball behind him, then comes around him, grabs the ball on the other side, and then alley-oops it from like 2/3 court to Shaq for an alley-oop. And the Cavs called a timeout. It was Shaq's first year after getting traded to the Lakers. That's the only thing I ever think of when I think of Sasha Pavlovich. Like just him being in one of these highlights that you're like, oof, that's not whatever you want to be remembered for.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN 08, the official personal injury attorney of our show, the one and only Jacob Imrani. If you're injured in an accident, call Jacob, 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789, or call jacob.com. The man is there.
Real quick, I will just say, though, that, yes, this Lakers team and that Ira Newble team and Jeff McGinnis team is probably in a similar conversation as far as worst LeBron playoff roster.
21 years later.
It's now time for Ball Knower Extreme. The one and only Dave McMenamin joins us now.
Hello, Dave.
Hey, guys. So I was scrolling Instagram when the call from the station came in, and I was literally on a post of George in a robe.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
I was like, something feels wrong about this.
No, it feels so right, Dave.
Quickly scrolled past that post before I picked up the call.
Look how you look so beautiful in that robe.
Mother's Day's coming, Dave. Got to get
Dave.
the mothers in your lives a little spot treatment, okay?
Come on, Dave. He's cute. Come on. You see how cute he is?
Cappy says I look like a monk because the robe is so big.
Yeah, I mean, look how long it is. And, like, it would have been great if you would have pulled, like, the hood over your head. You just look so small, just engulfed in that robe. You're so cute. Don't you think, Dave?
There is something about putting on a robe, though, at a resort or hotel that it's the peak of luxury.
Yes.
I'm not going to go to Houston tonight and put on the robe in my hotel room, right? You're just not going to do that. Yeah. But if you actually have a chance to get away for a couple days, throw on that robe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks
Especially
good.
at a spot treatment like at Burke Williams, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the wife and I were there. We spent the whole day there. I was telling Cappy and them, I took advantage of every amenity they had, okay? The teas, the drinks, all that stuff, the massage. The only thing I didn't do was like the facial like stuff, but I went into the dry sauna, then I chilled for a little while. Then I got back in my robe. Then I went into the wet sauna, the steam room. I did that. I did a cold plunge. I was there for hours. They basically then I had lunch and that little terrace you saw there with my wife. They had to kick me out of that place, basically.
I mean, I don't blame you, man. You've been traveling all over the country for this gig, so you got to get a chance to unplug when you can.
Yeah.
I'm in Minnesota right now, and I was just saying, God, I hope the Lakers don't go to 7 because that means I'm going to have to get on a plane again to go somewhere on Saturday night or Saturday afternoon for a game on Sunday. But so, Dave, let's work backwards here because we were just talking about some stuff, and then we'll start to focus more on like what transpired. But we were just talking the big picture, okay? And I was telling Laker fans, not that I think it's going to happen, because I still feel like they're going to win this series. But if the worst case scenario does happen, I feel like, and you know this because you covered the man and you did such a fantastic job with your most recent story. We talked about it on the air.
Great job, Dave. That was awesome.
You know, just kind of the 23 questions and the Jordan thing got a lot of play, which it should have. If they blow this series, I feel like the unreasonable takes that will be out there, it'll never be that LeBron. This is why I was looking back at his 2004-05 roster in the playoffs. It'll never be LeBron played with Luke Kennard as his second best player in a series for most of the series. It'll be LeBron blew a 3-0 lead, right? Like, unfortunately, and the Lakers blew a 3-0 lead. Like, if that happens, I've told people, just listen to us. We'll try to be as reasonable as possible. Stay away from all the other hot take shows.
Oh, yeah, context will be out the window. I understand the number is staggering. It's 160-0 all time where teams go up 3-0 in a playoff series in the NBA, go on to win. So that 1 in 160 would certainly be a fly in the ointment. But, like, come on. There was no Luka Doncic, obviously. Austin Reaves, while I give him a ton of credit for the way he played last night in Game 5, he's clearly not fully Austin Reaves yet. Luke Kennard gave them 2 fantastic games in Game 1 and 2. He has been outclassed since then. Marcus Smart has had some tremendously amazing moments in this series, and he's had some completely puzzling ones as well. DeAndre Ayton's probably been the second most consistent Laker over the last 3 games. Like, this is a tough spot that they're in. You're facing a Houston team that, quite frankly, is playing free and playing hard without Kevin Durant, and their confidence is growing. And I think if you go back to halftime of Game 3, the Lakers have only won 2 periods since then. They won overtime in Game 3, and they won the first quarter of Game 5. That's it. And so when Jabari Smith Jr. said, obviously, we're the better team, right now they are the better team. And the offensive part concerns me for the Lakers. I think they are going to compete defensively. We've seen that. But can they score? And, whether that's going to be a great LeBron game, whether that's Austin's going to all of a sudden even get to a better level than he did after being out a month, whether Luke Kennard finds the shot again, they're going to have to score if they have any chance of winning one of these next 2.
All right, George, you heard what he said. You want me to follow it up?
Go ahead. Ask him the question you've asked everybody else that has disagreed with you, but go ahead.
Dave, I agree. I think this young team, and I documented this earlier, you got 3 guys that were drafted in the top 4. You got 2 guys that were in the middle round of the first. These are 5 starters who have been coming up together. They said after the game last night, we're growing up and we're growing up together. You just said they're playing looser, they're playing freer without Kevin Durant. I contend they play better without him.
You said they are better. That's different.
I am contending that they play better without him. Dave, is that a crazy take?
It's not absurd. In this series they have, and whether that was because there was no Kevin Durant or the main reason was no pressure on them. Because when your team is down 3-0, there is no pressure.
Yeah,
no one expects you to win.
Yeah.
So you might as well play.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Most of these guys were on the team last year that fell down 3-1 to the Warriors, and you have no pressure then also. and they played their best basketball to force a Game 7. So, I mean, I think you have to add that as the caveat of, yes, they've looked much better these last couple games without Kevin Durant, but is it because there's no Kevin Durant, or is it because they are in a playoff scenario with no pressure, which is like, that's not a realistic scenario. You want to be the playoff scenario with pressure. And, quite frankly, in this series, that won't occur until Game 7, where things stand now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an interesting point. I had not actually thought about that. My point has been that Durant applies pressure. So here you have these young guys. Hey, it's our team. We were all drafted here. We're coming up together. And you're the old guy who just got here for the first year, and you're barking at us when we're taking shots. So I was thinking it was the pressure Durant was applying to them. You're bringing up a whole different angle to this, which is maybe they're playing better because they're playing freer, not because Durant's not there, possibly, but maybe it's just because we got nothing to lose.
Yeah, I'm not completely dismissing your point, Cappy, but I also think ultimately if they want to be as good as they possibly be, they should want the pressure that Durant provides as a teammate. Because that's just a super talented guy with championship experience, and he can do stuff that the rest of you as a group can't do. And so you look at it like, I'd rather have every tool available in my toolbox in order to make some noise, because it shouldn't be about just we want to beat the wounded Lakers. It should be about we want to win a championship. And so you want Kevin Durant.
Dave, one of the things that's concerning to me for the Lakers in this series, particularly down the stretch, right, is the last couple of games, really the last 3 games, okay? They led the league in points at the rim, okay? Or percentage at the rim, excuse me. 75% roughly during the season. They're shooting about 62, 63 in the last few games. To me, that is a big part of what they do, because the pressure at the rim is not only the ability to score at the cup, but also getting to the free throw line, which is something that they've done very well. They're not a team with great three-point shooting success throughout the season, not consistently. So this notion that they've lost the ability to shoot is not super foreign. But to me, I think that's the thing. Like, that's the offensive stat I look at and go like, that's where they need to be better. And look, give Houston credit. They are packing the paint. Those guys are young. They're long. They're athletic. They're doing a great job of denying Kennard, face guarding him, however you want to describe it, and also still getting back and packing the paint and helping Sengun and giving the Lakers trouble in that scenario. How do the Lakers free up the paint, and also how do they free up Kennard some?
Yeah, I'll start with the paint. I mean, I think any of us who watched last game, they were getting in there. LeBron missed a couple layups. Austin missed a couple layups. Luke had a shot that rimmed in and out when he was in the paint. So it's not like that's completely a part of their game that's missing so much as it's not being taken advantage of as much. And some of that is the physicality that Houston provides and the exhaustion, quite frankly, that the Lakers looked like they were succumbing to at times last night. LeBron at times, Austin very understandable, right? He hadn't played an NBA game in a month, but just quite frankly, it was a factor. And I don't think they had to radically change their approach there. Now, of course, you want to continue to find ways when LeBron can draw 2 and throw it to DeAndre Ayton for a lob. DeAndre's got to catch that ball. And he played great the last 2 games. I'm just saying at times this year that hasn't been a strength. Hopefully that continues to be something where he's locked in the way he has been these last couple games. And that's a way you can also rectify that. As for Kennard, this was my concern coming into the series, quite frankly, the way he has been crowded these last couple of games, the way he hasn't been able to really find opportunities because they've tracked him. And he's got to make shots. I mean, he had one rim out last night from 3, a great look. He had that other one, buck naked, wide open transition. He shot it kind of like a dart, short off the front rim. He's got to make those shots. Those are the shots that Tari Eason was making last night. Those are the shots that Reed Shepard was making last night. Like, it's just got a make or miss league type of part there. And quite frankly, as you saw in the second half when Austin started, even though he came off the bench in the first half, you probably need more Austin than you need Kennard. Kennard, what a great job in games 1 and 2 to get them rolling. But he's come back to more of the player he is. He's a very important player, and man, the Lakers still have a chance to win the series because they traded Atlanta for him. And I still believe he can do some good things in a Game 6, but you're going to want more Austin Reaves.
Yeah, and Dave, George and I were talking earlier this morning about how the Rockets have sort of shortened their whole lineup. They're going 8 deep now, and they don't have Durant, obviously. So maybe they might have gone 8, maybe they would have gone 9 had he been available. But when you look at the Lakers bench, and I'm going to take Austin Reaves off for a second because he had 22 points last night. Let's say Austin would have started, and let's say Kennard would have come off the bench. If that would have been the case, the Lakers bench would have provided last night 5 total points. Vanderbilt should never shoot the basketball, ever. That's number 1. Jake LaRavia, a contribution of 9 minutes and 2 points. Jackson Hayes, 10 minutes, 0 points. So it kind of reminds me of what happened last year where JJ was like, you know what, I'm not playing anybody other than these 5. In other words, the Lakers now seemingly have another 5-man rotation, and maybe Kennard could give you a little bit of time, but there's just no help anywhere else. So when Smart doesn't perform and when Kennard doesn't perform, Dave, where are you going to go?
It's like, okay, can we get a great game out of LeBron? Can we get, Rui Hachimura? Rui has had a pretty good series, but can he give you an extra 10 points? Listen, they were up 3-0 in this series with Smart and Kennard both averaging north of 20. They combined for 12 last night. So you go from 40 to 12. So they were making up 40 of the 60 points you're missing from Austin and Luka, and now all of a sudden it's down to 12. So they also need to be better, but it's tough. I mean, you can't. I understand what you're saying about Vando, but he had a good shift yesterday. He played 6 minutes. He took 3 shots. He was fine. He took a wide open shot off a beautiful pass from LeBron. He better shoot that shot. He just shouldn't be on the floor if he's not going to shoot that shot from the corner where he's made shots this year. Vando is not the problem offensively. This is where you miss the number 1 leading scorer in the NBA this year. That's why it's really hard to climb this mountain without the guy who all year long you count on him to score 33.5 points per game. That's just is what it is. The kind of phrasing that LeBron was using last night, which it's true, is just their margin for error is really small. And so if you're not going to be able to score at this tremendously high level, which they probably are not going to be able to, unless it's just one of those nights where the ball is falling for everybody, you got to take care of the basketball. That's the thing you can control.
Yeah.
And they were bad again last night. 15 turnovers for 18 points for the Rockets.
Yeah, and listen, I know LeBron was not thrilled with the question you asked about Jabari, but as you alluded earlier, I mean, Jabari is right now at the very least. How many times has he given you the I'm too old?
He wasn't thrilled feeding in the narrative. I don't think he was.
No, I got it. I know what you're saying.
It was fine with it. Yeah.
Yeah. My bigger point was going to be more comical about how many times has he given you the I'm too old for this bleed kind of line this year?
Right. Getting old, LeBron.
When they won Game 3, he got up from the podium and groaned like he was, in the doctor's office or something, getting a checkup. The man's body is breaking down, and listen. He is still. Obviously very effective. He was the Lakers' best player last night. Yeah. You can tell that the playoff juice is still something that gets him going more so than a regular season game. But also, even a couple of years ago, right? I think the theater and theatrics of Dillon Brooks in the first round against Memphis, LeBron kind of played back towards that. But that was 2023. 3 years later, he's not really looking
done with
to be a part of that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm not messing with Jabari Smith. I used to play with his dad or whatever. Like I ain't messing with him. I'm giving that any oxygen.
I was in the NBA when that kid wasn't even born. Dave, what is the? I'm just curious. In your experience, what was the post game locker room like? I mean, there's sometimes it's like, hey, no, don't worry about it. Let's go. We're fine. Let's go. Let's just get on a plane. Let's go. And then sometimes it's like, oh man, we're in trouble. So what was the vibe like last night?
It wasn't like super down. Like it wasn't like a dejected locker room. But like I'll say this all due respect, Cappy. The other scenario you don't see very often. You don't like at least by the time we get in there from the media.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like we're seeing them still like kind of like clapping hands and talking to one another. Like let's get. By the time we're in there, a lot of them are on their phone or changing or getting ready to talk to us in the scrum away from the rest of their teammates. So I can tell you though, like it wasn't like a dejected scene. There were some people that were like, "You got to get on a flight to Houston." Like we were gonna be on a flight for 3.5 hours tomorrow, and like that certainly was shared by a couple folks I spoke to. But I truly don't believe there's anyone in that locker room who thinks they cannot win this series. But there's a very real kind of notion that the Rockets have to make them think about that if they don't play better, they will lose this series.
Real quick, before we let you go, and thanks for all the time, as always, I noticed today, in this day in NBA and Laker history, Kobe knocked down that shot against the Suns over Boris Diaw and Raja Bell. What do you remember about that moment?
I was living in Weehawken, New Jersey, right next to Hoboken. I was working for NBA.com and their offices in Secaucus. And I think it was a Sunday, I want to say.
Yep.
Maybe I'm wrong on that. Yeah, it was
on ABC.
Sunday,
Mike Breen was on the call.
Yeah. I was watching it in the bedroom of my tiny little apartment on my tiny-ass TV, pardon the language, but going nuts. And I lived in a railroad-style apartment where there was all the bedrooms you could get through a door, not to a hallway door, but like connected through the bedroom. So we all had to put our dressers up against those doors so they were closed. I lived with 2 random roommates that I found on Craigslist because I had no money. I was right out of college. And I was hooting and hollering, and I'm sure annoying my 2 random roommates that they were strangers to me.
You ever talk to those 2 roommates?
That's my story.
You ever talk to them?
One of them, funny enough, was like an aspiring actor at the time. And then I was watching The Mayor of Easttown a couple years ago on HBO, the show with Kate Winslet, where she plays like a cop in the Philadelphia area. And she goes to a pet shop to buy a turtle, and my old roommate was the pet shop owner acting in that role.
Did you text him? Just reach out to him and go, yo, man.
How random.
Yeah,
I did, Unbelievable.
And what happened to the other dude?
The other one, I have no idea. I actually don't think I could even remember the other guy's name. I can picture his face.
That's hilarious. Fresh out of school, need roommates, go on Craigslist.
Yeah, man.
Not friends, just roommates.
Cappy, you go on Craigslist for other stuff.
There's other stuff on Craigslist.
I know you find it.
I haven't used it in a while, but
I know you're on there.
Back in the day, there was a lot of interesting stuff you could do on Craigslist.
Sure there was.
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, Dave, thanks for the time, brother, and safe travels.
Yeah, and great piece the other day, Dave. That was really cool. That was a smart idea.
Yeah, it was awesome stuff. Yep.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
You got it.
The great Dave McMenamin.
Boy, George, you got me
Are we
worried
doing
about
the Lindsay
Monday.
segment really quick? Or
Got me
no?
worried here.
Yeah, I think I'm done.
You done with it?
Lindsay, you got stuff?
I mean, yeah, I do.
All right, well, cool. It's time for the Lindsay segment.
Okay.
Thanks to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-624 or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. I don't have a TV theme queued up, so I'll just give you the rating. Go ahead. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. All right, so we all know that vacations are expensive, but a new trend among young people is changing that if you don't mind surprises. So Gen Z is sharing their, quote, Groupon mystery giveaways on TikTok, and a typical mystery package includes flights and hotels to a mystery domestic or international location, and you can find them as cheap as like $200 to $300. Buyers then find out where they're going 72 hours after they purchase it. And in one post, for example, a girl paid $185 for a mystery 3-night trip where she was able to choose between Fort Lauderdale and Atlanta. So for less than $200, that's pretty good. Would you guys ever do this? And if not now, when you were younger, would you have done it? Cappy, you go first.
I would say when I was younger, I probably would. It sounds like, it's not very expensive, and it doesn't sound like it's you're going to spend all your time traveling. I mean, I grew up in Fort Lauderdale. I love Fort Lauderdale. What an awesome place. If you told me I can get a 3-day vacation down in Fort Lauderdale for $250, I'd be in on that. But now, as an older guy, I'm too old for that bleat, man. I'm like LeBron. Don't give me that nonsense. I want to pick out where I want to go and make my own decisions. And I'm too old for that.
Yeah, I would agree. I think a lot of it is based on age, economics, things of that nature. I would agree with that.
When I was younger, I'd be all about that.
Oh, for sure.
I would have so much. That would be so much fun if they just randomly send you to some island.
But are you guys into surprises? Like, in other words, if Gene said to you, Bergie, hey, listen, we're going on a vacation. I'm taking care of it. I'm not even telling you where we're going to go, but just be ready on Saturday. Would you be like, okay, cool? Because I don't like surprises like that. I'd be like, no, I'd like to know where we're going.
No, absolutely. I would love that, actually.
You would.
I have to do zero planning. I just have to know what to pack, and then I'm good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Bert could be an island boy.
Yeah. We don't need to be island boys. That's a whole other thing.
I feel like in my experience, the guys don't really do the planning anyway.
Well, I do all the travel planning because I'm the travel agent, basically.
You're different, George.
Yeah, no, you are different. And I will tell you that it bothers Rachel. She's like, I always have to do the planning, and I always book the flights, and I always choose the hotel. And I'm like, because you're good at it.
And you want her to use her credit card.
Well, that's another part of it that I don't really want to talk about necessarily.
Cap,
but
next time you could say, I'll handle it, but just ask Claude to do it for you.
Or just call me.
You know what? Calling George, I assure you, 10 times better than Claude, because I've asked Claude recently for some travel advice, and I'm like, oh my God, this is perfect, exactly. Then I go onto the airline website, I'm like, wait, this doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
Man, I kind of want to do this now. Like, hey, let's just go to a random place in Asia.
I thought about it, man.
All right.
I thought about it.
Random place in Asia.
Well, yeah, that's what it says.
And just like after the finals, I like, do I want to go somewhere? Like, just get away? I have extra vacation days I haven't planned yet in the summer. Like, do you just want to go somewhere? Like, I've thought about it. I don't know.
Greg, you could go get that salmon sperm mask.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Look, it does great on her skin, so I don't see why not.
There you
Europe,
go.
U.S.
You'd have to
Caribbean.
shave, though.
No, we're not doing that. This is never going anywhere. It stays on here for life.
For life?
For life. Never again. Never shaving again.
Same here.
Really? You guys are bearded men for the rest of your lives?
For the rest of my life. Yep.
Wow. I had a friend of mine who just recently went to go get, one of those haircuts and shaving things, and he's always bearded himself. And the guy screwed up the entire beard the way he did it.
He went to a barber and they screwed it up?
I guess so, somehow. And then he wound up having to shave the entire beard and start all over again. Wow. And it only took him about a week to kind of get it back to the level that it was at. But I said to him, I go, you look so much younger. You look so fresh-faced.
Yep.
You look so cute. He's like, no.
Have you ever seen James Harden without a beard?
Never.
Woof.
Never.
A long time
Can't remember.
ago, yeah.
I used to ask Dan Fouts all the time when I worked with Dan Fouts. I'd be like, Dan, you ever consider maybe shaving the beard? He's like, never. Guys who have their beards, they are committed to them for life.
I do a lot on this beard. I put more in my beard than I used to put in my hair.
Oh, really? There's a lot of treatment and product in that beard?
Oh, yeah. 4 different stages.
You got Topic in there?
No Topic.
No Topic, huh?
If I put Topic in here, you wouldn't see as much gray. Although they make gray Topic. I blend the Topic. I use a little gray Topic and a little dark brown Topic to blend it.
A little salt and pepper Topic.
Yeah, salt and pepper Topic. You shake it all around. All right, time for our Don't Sweat the Small Stuff calendar of the day for Thursday, April 30th, 2026. This one's good for you, Cappy, and what we were just talking about. Become less controlling. The only way to become less controlling is to see the advantages of doing so. You have to see that you can still get your way when it's necessary, yet you will be less personally invested. When you can make allowances in your mind for the fact that other people see life differently than you do, you will experience far less internal struggle. I actually, as reading this is more about me.
Yeah,
I was just going to say, it's really long, too.
Right, this is perfect for you.
Yeah.
All right, dealer's choice. Go, quickly.
Dealer's choice.
What are you doing? I got to switch beds.
Yeah, hold on real quick.
Go, man. Let's go.
All right.
I'm hungry.
Me too. Dealer's choice. I'm going to just say one thing really quickly. We always talk about the East Central Hotel. And last night, And by the way, I guess.
By the way, I just saw the sign behind you, the whiteboard.
Yeah.
Where it used to say Lakers in 5.
No.
They had somebody drew like a hand
Yeah.
with 5 fingers.
No.
And now it just says Lakers in question mark with like a weird face.
Like an emoji that's like Lakers in. I don't know. Dealer's Choice, brought to you by Seller's Advantage. You want to sell your
Sound
house
like Brock
before you
Purdy
call an
there.
agent? Yes, you do. As Dave McMenamin said, they want to make some noise. Call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy your house with a competitive cash offer. 888-390 as is for that no obligation offer. Or sellersadvantage.com. And then, Chris, you want to give me the Providence part? Nah, you don't want to.
Yeah, I usually do this, don't I? All right. Sorry, hold on. Providence Realty number 019-15212.
Just want to say really quickly, last night after the Laker game was over, I always talk about this, that at the East Central, the Nixo Lounge, it's on the second floor, but you kind of always get that vibe and that feel of what's happening in downtown LA. Let me tell you something, man. I walked down last night because I got done watching the game, and I went down to the Nixo Lounge just to see what was going on, just to kind of feel it. Dude, it was amazing to be above the street on the second level, but watching everybody disperse from the arena, because I was thinking last night horns were going to be flaring and people might even be on, doing donuts out in the middle between Figueroa and Olympic.
I hope there's not another riot again, Rachel.
And there was nothing. There were just dejected people just walking away. But I was like, this is such a great place to come after the game. So a shout out to my boy Robert Montez. Shout out to the guys, including Casey, the bartender, down at the Nixo Lounge. That's the place to go after the game. And I was there last night, kind of by myself.
All right. We'll see what happens.
All right, kids, I'll see you back Monday.
Me too.
And you know what'll
Really?
be happening Monday?
No, come on.
Listen, Cappy, you're on your own tomorrow to calm the waters.
Calm the waters? Are you kidding me? I'm going to chum the waters.
Who's doing the show with you tomorrow?
I don't even know. Me and Bergie.
It's just me and you, buddy.
Me and Berg.
Is it
we
really
got
just you two?
As of right now, yes.
Just the two of us. Just the two of us. And Lindsay Baseball. I'm just going to create all kinds of problems tomorrow. You know what my main story tomorrow is?
Kevin Durant.
How much
Save it
better
for tomorrow.
Houston is.
We'll tell you tomorrow.
All right, kids, have a great Thursday. Join the Sedano and Kap Morning Show tomorrow at 7 a.m.